Alright, hello everybody, Demo the Warrior here with Austin the Artist.
Hello.
And the time is finally here, the moment is finally here, ladies and gentlemen, Wrestlemania 37. We have finally passed WrestleMania 37, we have both watched night 1 and night 2, and now here we are finally to give our thoughts on WrestleMania. We started with Raw Legends Night in January, all the way, it's led up all the way till this moment right here. So trust me, we gotta have a lot to talk about because we had two nights of wrestling to talk about in one review.
We're both feeling crappy too, so if we don't sound all that right, it's because we both feel crappy.
We're gonna feel worse by the end of this, probably.
Probably. I'm still mad about a couple things I definitely want to talk about.
Okay, so since you're the designated pre-show guy, did you watch either of the pre-shows? Because I
watched both of them, but they did not have.
Dear God, why?
I watched both of them, but they did not have any matches. It was just talking.
Oh, okay. Well, then there's nothing to talk about there. But Jesus fucking Christ, fucking oh.
Well, I mean, I thought there was gonna be a match or two, but no.
Nope. So in total, this is why we have a lot to talk about. In total, both nights, there was 14 matches at this WrestleMania. There were 7 on the first night, 7 on the second night. Plus
the thumbnail is literally gonna fill 3 rows of people.
Exactly. Dude, there's so much to talk about. I guess we'll just
some of them aren't even active roster members. They're just like celebrities or something.
I mean, oh man, I'm just thinking of different things in my head that I want to talk about right now. So,
well, first we'll talk about the rain delay, because that was a rain delay of night 1.
Oh, then you had fucking Michael Cole of all people, this corny ass motherfucker, sat there and said, "Oh, we should call it WrestleRania." Oh
no, I'm talking about Michael Cole too. We're gonna talk about Michael Cole much later on.
Because he botched on commentary, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But, goddamn. So the show started off. It was supposed to start at 8, but then they had a weather delay because it was storming in Tampa. So there's about a 40-minute weather delay. It was kind of funny seeing Samoa Joe in a rain poncho.
Oh god, dude! I swear, he looked like a goddamn snowman.
Yeah. So, once that, basically during the whole delay, they had a bunch of promo segments. They had promo segments with Drew and Lashley, some people from night 2, it was mostly night 1 people. There was one with Seth and Cesaro, I think. It was just like stuff they were doing to fill
Bobby
time.
There was definitely one with Bobby and Drew, and then there's also one with Braun and Shane. Braun and Shane also had one.
Yeah. So this was basically just to have something on WrestleMania during the delay. But so WrestleMania, when it actually started off, they started off with whatever the fuck her name was, a Scarlett Bordeaux ripoff. I don't know what the fuck her name was. Whatever singer, she fucking sung America the Beautiful.
I don't know her name.
I couldn't tell you. I know she took pictures with all the fucking wrestlers. That's about all I know about her. But apparently she's some sort of celebrity. I had never heard of her.
No, maybe who knows? Maybe there's like a Sami Zayn, Logan Paul conspiracy going on with her. I don't freaking know.
Who knows? So it started off with America the Beautiful, and then everybody, well, pretty much the whole roster came out on the WrestleMania stage, and Vince McMahon, Triple H, Stephanie, and Shane were all out there, and Vince talked about how it was a special moment, and basically they welcomed the fans back because this was the first show they've had with fans since the virus began. So they welcomed everybody back to basically the way they explained it, they're like, we're proud to welcome back the WWE Universe live on pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was actually nice. I mean, it was cool.
One of the funniest things I seen from it though was the shot where Rhea Ripley is on the stage crying. Like, you would think everybody'd be talking about her crying, but no. Everybody sat there and pointed out fucking Jinder Mahal for some reason, and they're like, my boy Jinder looking ripped, and they're like Jinder better have a match on this card and this and that.
Don't hinder the Jinder.
Like Jinder was in full gear too. I don't know why he was in wrestling gear. He did nothing on WrestleMania.
Maybe he was supposed to help a certain Nigerian.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe they changed it last minute.
This man, Jinder, was dressed in full wrestling gear. He's bald now, by the way, and he was standing there on stage looking absolutely shredded. It was weird.
Just me, or does he just look like freaking Davari now? It's just Davari.
Yeah. So it was a nice little segment to start off the show, welcoming back the fans, getting everybody pumped and hyped for WrestleMania. Vince McMahon, with his 70-year-old body, tried as hard as he could to do the welcome to WrestleMania like he used to do. He didn't get it exactly.
All the plastic surgery went to his throat. And it's just there's like clumps of plastic probably just in his throat. He's freaking god dang trying to get it out, but he tried his best.
The one thing I didn't like about it though was they kind of just gave away everybody's WrestleMania gear, which kind of sucked. But
I mean, the only one I really paid attention to was Sasha's.
Yeah, because she had like some green in her blue hair and stuff.
She looked like she got the Braun Strowman Nickelodeon slime on her.
Yeah. But so yeah, it started off with that segment, and then it kicked off with the first match with the crowd since the beginning of last year, which was the WWE Championship match. Bobby Lashley defending against
the Almighty
Drew McIntyre.
Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Almighty, or no, as on the card says, the Almighty WWE Champion Bobby Lashley.
And a funny thing about this match was actually the main event for like 2 days, and then it got changed back.
I don't understand. Why did they do that? Because I legit texted Devin, and I'm like, they finally announced the headliner for Mania. It's Bobby Lashley and Drew. And then
basically what I saw was the main event for night one was Sasha versus Bianca for the Smackdown Women's title. That's what it was supposed to be. And then randomly WWE changed it to Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. And then what happened was everybody fucking whined and complained about it. And the next thing you know, WWE changes it back. So I guess that's why they changed it back.
It just confused me, man. Because like one day I'm seeing freaking Sasha and goddamn Bel-Air is main. Now I'm seeing Bobby and freaking Drew as main. Now I'm seeing Sasha and Bel-Air back, and I'm like, I don't know how to keep up. Tell me.
Yeah, I don't know why they for Takeover Night 2 they changed the main event, and for Mania Night 1 they changed the main event. I don't know what was up with them changing the main events. That was kind of weird.
I don't know.
But nevertheless, this match started the show. It was the Almighty Bobby Lashley defending against Drew McIntyre. The entrances look good. I did like the stage design with the pirate ship. I'm pretty sure this is what WrestleMania was supposed to look like last year.
I'm so glad they got the custom cool sets back.
Yeah.
Because that 35 set sucked. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the 36 was fucking Performance Center, but I'm pretty sure, because they kept the whole pirate theme this year, so I'm pretty sure this was how
next year is supposed
36
to be
was
Dallas, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be something was 25 in Dallas?
I think so.
Or 25 in Hollywood. Actually, no, it was in Hollywood.
I know 32 was in Dallas. Don't remind me of that WrestleMania. I hate that WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I think that the next logo is supposed to be inspired by the Dallas Cowboys. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But anyway, getting to this WWE title match, Drew McIntyre comes out first, gets a pop. The crowd is pumped. The crowd's excited. They're all happy to finally be back at an actual WWE event. Everybody's feeling it. The crowd's fucking going wild. Drew McIntyre comes out, has a cool entrance.
I enjoyed this match. It was really good.
Yeah, I mean, going
I
into
didn't
it,
think
I
I would.
didn't.
I thought I'd be like, oh god, damn it,
Yeah,
dude.
going into it, I was like, I don't want to see this match. But then actually watching the match, I was like, okay, you know what? It was a good way to start off the show. I'm fine with that. Um,
Next match wasn't a good way.
yeah. So then
We'll get to that.
Lashley comes out with MVP. MVP's using the cane for some reason. I don't know if he's still hurt or what.
I think he's still hurt. From what I heard, when he last time he wrestled, he got like, I think it was like something to do with his right leg. But
Hmm.
he's gonna be doing that for probably about like a couple more months at least.
Yeah. So I'm honest. To be honest with you, I can't remember a lot of spots from this match.
I remember the two spine busters that Bobby hits.
I do
Uh,
remember the like two or three future shocks that he hit and Bobby kicked out of.
yeah, the what I like to call the Future Shock Three Amigos.
Oh my
Um,
god.
rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. God rest his soul. But I do remember the one time that Drew broke out of the Hurt Lock.
Hmm.
Um, and then of course the spot where Drew tried to get out. He he put Drew in the Hurt Lock again, and Drew tried to get out of it again, but rolled through into where he passed out and won,
Yep.
which is
And Bobby Lashley retained, which I was surprised about because everybody was saying that they were giving this match to Drew to give him his Mania moment that he didn't get to have last year with a crowd, and that's what everybody was saying. But then Lashley won, and I was like, all right. And you know, I'm hoping Lashley, um, now that he's retained against Drew, I'm hoping going forward that he can really come into his own as a world champion and maybe like actually get himself some more personality and like really
hopefully.
become his own character, and we could see an actual like good era of Bobby Lashley in WWE, hopefully.
Hopefully, because the way they were leading this up, they were gonna have Drew win.
Yeah.
I honestly think it was like a surprise shocker
Yeah,
that
I
they
mean, it
weren't
could
gonna
have
do
been.
it. I think it was like a like I don't want to quote Vince Russo, but he taught Vince McMahon the swerve, and I mean it was a good one, and it it should have happened, and it did happen,
Hmm.
but like I said, I hate quoting freaking Vince Russo, but
Yeah.
that's probably what it was. At least what I think, but it was a good swerve.
Yeah, it was a good show opener, good first match back with the crowd, good way to kick off WrestleMania, had a good reception from the fans. Overall, it was a good match. I liked it, and I
Now,
was surprised at the
and
outcome.
now, oh
Now
god, I'm
this
gonna
is
tell you right
where,
now. I think Devin paid more attention than I did to this match because I was like, I'm not even caring. The tag team turmoil.
this match had to be one of the absolute worst exchanges of professional wrestling that I have ever seen in my now like 11, 12 years of watching wrestling. This had to be maybe one of the worst women's matches I've ever seen. This was definitely the worst match on the entire WrestleMania card. This match sucked. Everything about this match sucked. Everybody in this match sucked. Everybody
I
looked
heard
terrible.
I heard three things about this match because I didn't really watch it.
Hmm.
Basically, um, one thing I heard that Ruby Riot broke her nose. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that.
Hmm.
Um, I heard about Dana Brooks' wardrobe malfunction. I didn't see it, but it was edited out. I don't know what it was. I don't know. She had a wardrobe malfunction. I also saw that Mandy Rose also slipped on the
Hmm.
stage coming out.
Yep, she fell,
Uh,
and she tried
yeah,
to play it off like it was nothing.
yeah. So that's all I really. Oh, actually, I saw some eliminations and stuff, but that's about it. I definitely saw the ending.
Be
I
glad you
definitely
did
got
not
told.
watch this match. Be glad you did not waste 15 fucking minutes of your fucking time. This was absolutely the most worthless fucking match I've ever seen. This was garbage. Everything was garbage. So, what is this match for? Well, this was supposed to be 4 teams. This was supposed to be the Riot Squad,
Oh,
Lana and
I should.
Naomi,
Yeah, I should
Tamina
have
and
told you.
Natalia, and
I should have told you before because I found out on SmackDown.
fucking
I should
who
have
else
told you
was it? Mandy
before.
and Dana Brooke. And then randomly they added a team, Carmella and Billie Kay. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
they added that on SmackDown the night before, so
The
I should have
only
told
reason they
you.
added this is so
But,
Corey Graves could fucking ogle over his fucking girlfriend's breasts on commentary. That's all he
oh
fucking
my
did was fucking
god!
salivate at the mouth this whole fucking time.
I mean, at least they gave Billy Kay a spot on the card. Peyton Royce
I
didn't
mean,
get
yeah,
that.
but it should have been. I mean, it like just seeing it, it's like, okay, well, this should be the fucking Iconics, but I get,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't book the women's division, so, but so,
No, no. If we booked the women's division, it would have been so much better by now. Nia
so
Jax would have been gone.
let me tell you
Shayna would have
this:
been champion already.
Brandon lives in an apartment on the 3rd floor, and this
Oh
match
no.
made me want to dive out of said 3rd story window to my
Oh
death.
my
This
god.
match was terrible. I never felt like I've wasted more time watching something in my life. Like I would have rather sat down and watched King of the Monsters again.
Oh
This
no.
match that was at least somewhat entertaining. It had monster
Oh
fights.
dear
This
god.
nothing was entertaining. So this starts off with that the absolute worst two teams.
Didn't it start off with Billy Kay and Carmella and then Lana and Naomi?
Yes. This was awful. They are doing Naomi so fucking dirty. She came back in the Rumble and it was hype. And they
Man.
treat her so dirty because you're putting her with a freaking TikTok celebrity. That's all Lana is. She's a TikTok fucking model that people simp for on TikTok. That's all she fucking does. Oh,
I
so
mean, you're not wrong.
so this match starts. It's fucking Lana and Naomi versus Carmella and fucking Billie Kay. And my fucking god, Lana botched every single thing she did. Not just every move, every kick. She can't even throw a punch. Oh my fucking god. I was sitting there watching Lana and Billie Kay, 2 women that suck at wrestling. And I had
I
hopes for
mean,
Billie Kay that
Billy
she'd
Kay is
become
decent
something.
to a
But
point.
not when she's in there with Lana. That's
Well,
like
no.
that's like
No.
water and oil, as Jim Cornette would say.
Oh,
Like
my
like
god.
literally, they can't even do a lockup. They can't do a headlock. They can't do a wrist lock. They can't do any kind of fucking lock.
Basically, they don't know a wrist lock from a wrist watch.
The only freaking lock Lana knows is a fucking lip lock with fucking goddamn freaking Bobby Lashley. That's the only lock Lana knows. Fucking they're out there fucking. Oh, this was an embarrassment. Fucking trying to, and this was in front of a crowd at WrestleMania.
I
This
did
was
see the elimination of
this was
Lana and Naomi.
embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. Like
Didn't
I'm
they have
sitting
to? Didn't Carmella and Billy Kay have to cheat to get Lana out too?
Yes. It was so bad, literally. Like, it started off with Lana and Billie Kay, and they're trying to lock up and do all these moves, and Lana keeps slipping. She can't kick, she can't punch, she can't wrestle, she can't even fucking dance. The one thing she's popular for, she can't even do correctly. And so, fucking
For
Billy.
those who are feeling bad for Devin here because I'm laughing, I'm not going to be laughing in a couple of these segments. Okay, so
I'm not
don't-
either, because there's more I gotta talk about. There's 2 nights. So, oh, this was terrible. I mean, do I even want to sit here and say they tried? Because it wasn't even like they tried.
I
So-
mean, Lana definitely didn't try. Naomi probably tried at least.
So this was another match where Carmella had to fix her gear the entire fucking time.
oh my god, she was.
Yep. So
That's why Corey
they
Graves
had
won
Lana
that
wrestling
match.
Billie Kay, which was god awful. Then they had Lana wrestling Carmella, and I just sat there, and all the hype I had for WrestleMania just left in that moment. Like, I had to sit there and watch Carmella have title shot after title shot against Sasha Banks, and then you're telling me I gotta sit here and watch Carmella wrestle
When was her
Lana.
last title shot? Wasn't it Royal Rumble? Was it the last
Hmm.
time the title shot? Okay, so where has she been since then?
She has been. I don't even know if I want to say it.
Besides Corey Graves' locker room.
Well, not even just the locker room, the bed, the floor, the couch, wherever the fuck they could do it, they were. Anyway, so this was fucking awful. So Naomi got
I'm
to wrestle in
honestly
this match.
baffled.
This
I'm
made
baffled
Naomi look bad.
how I'm baffled how Carmella is like a second generation women's wrestler, but she still can't
No,
wrestle. Like I don't understand.
I don't know, man, and I don't understand why Lana ever tried to become a wrestler. I will never understand. But they made Naomi look bad in this match. And like Lana and Naomi hit one. The only good thing Lana hit was a tag team move with Naomi. So one thing she hit, she couldn't even do by herself. So fuck. Oh, it was stupid. I can't even remember how the fucking pin went. It was just some like BS
I
pin
think
where Carmella helped
I
Billie Kay get
remember
the
it.
pin or
I remember it
something.
vividly. Basically, it was Billy Kay did a sunset flip pin, and for some reason Carmella like I guess holding her feet on Billy Kay's back made it to where Lana couldn't kick out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how that works because Lana could just put her shoulder up, but still, I mean,
Yep.
that's how
So
they did it.
yep. So Lana and Naomi get eliminated. Fuck you, Lana and Naomi. I feel so bad for you.
Then the
Fucking.
only competent team in this matchup come out, the Riot
Mm-hmm.
Squad.
The Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Ruby Riot, and their gear looked pretty cool. And I'm like, okay, this is the team that needs to
Wasn't
win
it
this
based
match.
on? I felt like it was based on Harley Quinn. I
I'm
could be
pretty sure
wrong.
Liv's was Harley Quinn and Ruby's was Joker. I think.
Okay,
I'm
because
pretty
like
sure.
I could tell Liv's was, but I didn't know what Riot's was.
Mm-hmm. So Riot Squad come out, and then we get the Riot Squad versus Billie Kay and Carmella, and of course it was awful because Carmella can't fucking wrestle. And you know what? I can't even sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and defend the Riot Squad because they were botching, they were slipping, and they looked awful too. So I can't even sit here and defend them. Oh my god, every woman in this match messed something up. Like, and I'm just like, how can you, like, I don't know if everybody was nervous because of the crowd. I don't know what happened, but my
Well,
god.
I definitely know the Squad was definitely nervous because no, everybody else have botched before.
Hmm.
Actually, maybe Naomi, but was nervous too. But everybody else besides Naomi and the Riot Squad had botched before, like
Hmm.
tremendously.
Oh, I know.
So they were probably definitely the only ones that were nervous in this situation, and that's why they. Well, actually, everybody was probably nervous, but it only really affected, I guess, like the Riot Squad and Naomi,
Hmm.
because you
So,
can't affect the other teams.
so, I mean, it was just a back and forth, not a good back and forth by any means. And the way they fucking eliminated Carmella and Billie Kay was, I don't remember who the move was on, but Liv Morgan did something that Ruby
I
Riot
think it
pretty
was
much.
Billy Kay because Carmella definitely wasn't taking the pin.
Well, freaking the
Um,
way they got eliminated was Ruby Riot just did fucking Shotzi Blackheart's finisher, top rope
that's
senton.
that's what I was gonna say. Why did all these women with green hair keep doing top rope sentons?
Green hair,
Like,
tattoos. So how you
like yeah, it's like
got?
a stereotype. It's like a stereotype now. Do they just is that just their default finish now?
I
Like,
guess. So Billie Kay and Carmella get eliminated. But then, before they leave, they gotta be the heels and attack the Riot Squad. Fuck ever. Carmella threw a trash super kick. Another fucking person that everybody does a goddamn super kick. That's why I don't even like the super kick anymore because everybody fucking does it. But
The
So,
only person that can do a competent super kick is goddamn Shawn Michaels, and that should stay that way.
oh, so fucking.
Actually, maybe Jey Uso. Maybe Jey
So
Uso.
then Billy Kay and Carmella leave, and the Riot Squad's laying there, and then who comes out? The blonde bimbos, the blow-up dolls, Barbie, the
Oh
Barbie
my
doll Incorporated, whatever the fucking Bratz dolls, whatever you want to call them. They come
god.
out wearing this weird pink gear. They're walking down the stage, and then Mandy Rose randomly slips and falls right on her. Like, she takes a back bump on the stage, and then she gets up real quick and then just tries to play it off like it didn't happen. And then they get in the ring, and then they wrestle the Riot Squad, and then, I mean, this is a fucking sloppy mess because Dana Brooke sucks. Mandy Rose, I thought had potential. She was good when they had her with fucking Sonya Deville, but not Dana Brooke. Just because they're both
Mom.
blonde and have big breasts and nice asses does
Oh my
not mean they
god.
need to be a tag team, Vince. Okay? I know you like to sit back there and gorilla and fucking ogle them and drool and your fucking dentures are falling out of your goddamn mouth every time you
Does he
see.
actually have dentures?
I don't even know. His fucking teeth are probably fake because of all his plastic surgery.
Probably.
Like Roman Reigns' fucking teeth, but we'll get to that later. Anyway,
Wait, are Roman Reigns fake?
I mean, they look fake. They're like
I mean,
crystal fucking
I
white.
yeah, I was looking at that when he was talking, like at the end of the show, and I'm just like, does he have like grills on, or is it like something like where
I don't even fucking know.
I couldn't tell. So
Back to this garbage fire of a match. So, I don't even remember the back and forth, nor do I care to remember the back and forth. The only thing I remember
uh
was freaking, I think it was Mandy Rose that got roll-up pinned by Liv Morgan, and the blonde bimbos got eliminated because Dana Brooke couldn't break it up in time. So, yeah, go back and let Vince fucking fuel you up. So,
oh
fucking,
my god.
then the last team in this match comes out, which is Natalia and Tamina. And I just said, why the fuck does anybody care about this? And I was sitting there looking at this match, and I'm just like, I know damn well everybody in the crowd was sitting. Not one single person was standing. The crowd was dead silent during this match. You could hear a mouse pissing on cotton. It was so quiet. You could hear a fucking God, you could hear one of the fucking fake cardboard fans tip over. It was so quiet in that
Oh
arena.
my god.
And I guarantee you, during this match, the bathrooms were fucking jam-packed because everybody was taking a fucking piss and shit break during this piss and shit match.
Apparently it was all also packed in the Bad Bunny match or the match. Apparently everybody's talking about Miz match gotta pee or whatever on Twitter.
They should be talking about this match. It would have been better if all the fans collectively defecated in the ring. That would have been more
Oh my
entertaining than this
god.
entire Gauntlet Eliminator bullshit. So
Jesus.
anyway, Natalia and Tamina come out, and I'm just like, okay, they're 100% winning, unless they make the Riot Squad the underdog team. Then what happens? Oh, they have... This was like the best part of the match, and even it still sucked because Tamina's garbage. She was messing stuff up. I mean, no one cares about Natalia. Natalia, to me, is like plain potato chips or like a
Oh
slice of
god.
white bread. Like, she is so bland and nobody cares about Natalia. She's good in the ring, but you just cannot care about Natalia. So, freaking, I don't even remember the fucking finish. All I remember is that fucking Natalia and Tamina won, and then yee hee yeehaw, I get to see
Oh.
Tamina and Nia Jax wrestle on night 2. So that just that gave me
Oh.
something to look forward to.
I know the finish. I know the finish.
Well, go
Natalia
ahead.
was
Since
gonna go.
you're such a fan of this match, why don't you go ahead?
I'm not a fan. I'm not. I didn't watch it. I watched like bits and pieces. Like I was on Twitter and I was also talking to you during it because you were so mad. But freaking Natalia was going for a sharpshooter. On Ruby Riot because I only know this because this is apparently where Ruby Riot got her nose broken. Basically what happened is Natalia said, no, you know what? Tamina, do your splash. So Tamina does her splash and lands right on Ruby Riot's face. 1, 2, 3. Tamina and Natalia win.
No,
So,
I about opened the window and dove out head first because this
but
was so terrible.
trust me, I wasn't happy either because I was like, God, I don't know who's worse, Nia Jax and Shayna, or goddamn Tamina and Natalia as champs. Like, what's worse?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But
So,
next was a good match.
yes. You know what? You know what fucking pisses me off, though? I got to half watch this match because fucking Peacock is such a shitty goddamn fucking service. It buffered every 5 seconds, and literally there was times where it'd be like, it would buffer for 2 minutes, and then it would skip ahead, and so we wouldn't get to see half the shit. Fuck you, Peacock, and fuck you, WWE, for going to Peacock.
I honestly think it's like your signal because mine worked perfectly fine both nights.
Well, yee hee haw. You know, it's a real damn shame that I got to see the fucking women's gauntlet eliminator in HD, but I can't see fucking Seth and Cesaro. God forbid. I want to see a good match, but Peacock just gave me a middle finger.
Yeah, like you don't like the women's tag team division? F you don't get to see goddamn Cesaro set. I mean, that's not a good thing, because I don't like Peacock myself either. I can't stand Peacock. But, I mean, it's what I have to deal with now. So...
This, from what I've seen in this match, it was a good match. Cesaro's gear, I liked it. Rollins' gear looked pretty dope, too.
I think this is the first time me hearing, like, Seth's actual, like, remix Burn It Down theme.
This was Cesaro's first one-on-one match at WrestleMania that he's ever had.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think of how long he's been there, and this is the first time he's gotten a one-on-one match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because they've all been tag teams or battle royals or goddamn.
So, the only notable spots I remember is Cesaro brought back the neutralizer. Seth did like this weird corkscrew splash from the top, and everybody was saying, "Oh, Seth Rollins is so innovative." And I'm just like, okay, that ain't probably ain't the first time someone's done that, but
probably not.
I don't know, but
I don't know either because like it looked cool. Like, I mean, it looks like something that could be like finisher worthy, not freaking one spot in the middle of a match.
For what I did see of this match, this was a really good match.
Oh, did you see the curb stop into the European Death or whatever like Cesaro calls that uppercut?
Yeah, I did see that.
That was sick.
Oh fuck. I unfortunately didn't get to see how the match ended because Peacock fucked up so bad. I know Cesaro won, but
yeah, basically Cesaro did the Cesaro swing 23 times, I believe, and then dropped him, and then hit another neutralizer. 1, 2, 3. It was over.
But you know, I want to say big things are coming for Cesaro, but I know they're not. I want Cesaro to be a world goddamn champion, but I know it's not going to happen.
I could see in like 7 months there's going to be like 24/7 title stuff. If that happens, I'm just joking right now, but if that happens, I'm sorry.
You know what? Why don't we just get Cesaro versus Apollo in a fucking Nigerian drum fight? Why not?
Oh my god.
Why not?
We'll get to that.
Well, here's what we're going to get to now. Next was the Raw Tag Team title match. The New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston defend against AJ Styles and a debuting Omos.
I was excited for this, and I was not disappointed.
It was a good tag match.
Omos is a beast. I swear to God, he broke Xavier Woods' back like goddamn, like he was Bane and Xavier Woods was Batman. I'm not even freaking joking. That was sick.
Yeah, fucking Omos is a fucking beast, man. Like, he's a big dude. I didn't know he had already had wrestling training, and he like trained in the performance center, and he like wrestled on like some dark matches for NXT and stuff. I didn't know that until I looked it up, and I was like, oh, Omos can actually wrestle.
I'm just glad they didn't do something generic and give him like the goddamn jackknife powerbomb since he's so big. Thank God they didn't let Bane break the back. Like,
But yeah, so AJ Styles and Omos won this match, and AJ Styles has now become a Grand Slam champion in WWE.
Finally, man. Finally, he has accomplished everything now except for the Rumble and Money in the Bank. But hopefully, we'll get to that.
Yeah. It was just it was a good WrestleMania tag match. I don't remember a whole lot of the spots, but it was a good tag match. It was a good follow up to Rollins and Cesaro.
Yeah, it was great. The next match, though, that's when I was like, you know what? Instead of Miz match gotta pee, let's say this.
You know what? We got to talk about this
Braun
first.
match gotta pee.
We got to talk about this first because before this match, they had the WWE 2K Wrestlemania Announcement.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. And guess what? It's officially called WWE 2K22. So great.
Oh my god.
And so
like, it's gonna look so stupid, dude.
I know.
I swear, because I have everything now. I'm gonna be getting that. Like, I'm gonna enjoy the game. Hopefully, I'm gonna enjoy the game, man. But
yeah, me too.
I'm hoping. It's gonna go goddamn. I have like from W13 all the way to like the newest, like 2K Battlegrounds right now in like a row because it's how it is. But like, it's gonna go from like all the way to that, and it's gonna be like 2K Battlegrounds and 2K22. That doesn't work, dude. That doesn't work.
I wish they would have called it something else, but the trailer they showed was for some reason Rey Mysterio, and they highlighted Rey Mysterio, and then he did a 619 to Cesaro, and they showed the Raw Thunderdome, and then that was pretty much the trailer. It was just a little teaser, and it said it was coming out this summer, I guess.
I thought it said coming soon.
I don't know. My friends were saying it was coming out this summer, and I'm like, the fuck? They don't usually come out that early. It usually comes out October.
I
don't know, because they have had more time to work on this one, so I don't know.
Yeah, but why don't you polish it a little bit? Like, why don't you just polish it a little bit? I
don't think 2K knows what that word means.
Well, they better learn, because god dang it, if I pay for this game, because I know, if it's not a gift, I'm going to be paying for it out of my own money. If I pay for this goddamn game, oh, dude. It better be worth the money.
I'm just hoping that it's good. But yeah, that was the whole special announcement that they brought up. It wasn't really much. It was just a little teaser trailer. But, I mean, it looks like the same graphics as 2K20, so, I mean...
Yeah, I mean... I don't know. I hope it's on PS4 and PS5, so it's not just on PS5, and we have to get a PS5 for it. Yeah. Because that'd be even more money if it's bad.
Yeah, but speaking of bad, I'm going to let Austin cover this next match because I need a break from ranting about that women's match. So I'll let Austin cover his favorite match.
This isn't my favorite match. You know what this match was? Strowman match, gotta pee. I went to the bathroom. I got something to eat afterwards. I sit there. I'm like, I don't give a crap, dude. Who cares about Strowman? Who cares about Shane?
This match was the Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman steel cage.
In a steel cage! I'm so sick. I'm so sick of steel cages. You do not understand. I'm done with steel cages. It's so boring, dude. It's so boring.
The whole reason that this match even took place is because Shane McMahon called Braun Strowman stupid, and Braun Strowman said, "I'm not stupid, don't call me that." That's the whole build for this match. So I'm not gonna let you continue and rant.
People were complaining about the 5-month build, the goddamn Randy and the Fiend.
Oh, we'll get
but
to
they
that.
aren't complaining about this. They aren't complaining about the build. Braun. No. This was dumb. Dumb.
He said, it doesn't matter.
God, it was... I legit... I'm sitting here and I'm like, why is this match even on the card? Why has Shane suddenly turned heel again? Wasn't he just helping Adam Pearce on Raw, making decisions like, hey, let's put freaking The Miz against Bobby Lashley or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. But still, it was... like, like, there's no reason for this match to be on the card. Like, my God.
It's probably just because they wanted They wanted to add Shane McMahon to the card to have a big name on the card since this year.
Had somebody else face him.
It's really weird to think Mania this year, like, there's no Triple H match, no Undertaker match, no John Cena match, like no veterans like that. It's really weird to see Mania like without those guys now.
The closest thing we have to a veteran now is Randy Orton.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess you can count Edge and stuff too, but
yeah, Edge as well. But
I mean,
Shane is a veteran, but
yeah, but put him against somebody that I would like to see him against, not goddamn Braun. It's so stupid.
For some odd reason, they had Jerry Lawler commentating this match. I don't know why. It was weird.
He deserves better. That's what he deserves.
So the way this match ended was also Shane had your favorite Elias and also Jackson Riker helping him try to screw Braun.
The jobbers.
And so Shane was climbing out of the cage, and then Braun starts ripping the chain link of the steel cage open, and he pulls Shane McMahon through the hole that he ripped open, and then freaking throws Shane McMahon off the top of the steel cage, and then instead of climbing out, Braun goes down, power slams him, and then pins him. And Braun Strowman wins. Wasn't the whole point of the steel cage match that you have to escape to victory? Isn't that the whole point of a steel cage match?
I mean, in WWE it is. In WWE it is. That was the whole point in WWE.
I never understood why they added pins to it. Because it just seems like you're making the cage pointless.
Technically, the cage. I remember, before WWE used it, it was actually just pins and no escapes. Like if you escaped, you disqualified. But WWE had a stipulation that if you escaped, you won.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Braun Strowman's entrance, because for Braun Strowman's entrance they had a freaking choo-choo train fucking noise, and then for the
yeah, they've had that for like a year now.
And then fucking Braun Strowman he probably had more smoke than Edge did in his entrance.
Oh god!
I don't know why Braun has so much smoke. And then Shane's entrance was typical Shane entrance. It was nice to hear Shane's theme song again. I like Shane's theme, but overall, it was just a kind of crappy cage match.
After this match, we go from crappy to even goddamn crappier.
Mm-hmm. Because next was The Miz and John Morrison versus Damian Priest and Bad Bunny.
I'm just gonna skip to it. Bad Bunny did a Canadian Destroyer.
On John Morrison.
Why? On John Morrison. Why? Oh my god! I just.
And my friends pointed it out. They said when they pointed it out during the replay, John Morrison had to when Bad Bunny did that, John Morrison had to jump and John Morrison had to backflip for that to make it look like Bad Bunny did it.
Because that's the way they do it. That's the only way they do it. It's so in the mainstream now. I will be completely honest. When Petey Williams first done it, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. For a year, that was back in 2004. It's 2021, and they're still doing it. And now they're making it mainstream. Stop it! Stop! Stop! It's stupid. It's dumb. It's so overused. Stop! God dang. And oh my god, everybody on Twitter, everybody, including Mick goddamn Foley, said, oh my god, Bad Bunny had such a good performance. Shut up, Mick. Shut up. Go take care of your kids. Wasn't your daughter supposed to become a wrestler? When is that supposed to happen?
So, for some reason, Damian Priest dyed his hair purple for this match. I don't know
I don't
why.
freaking know. Everybody dyes their hair
And
now.
then John Morrison's hair looked like some fucking like ripped up steel wool. I don't know what kind of hairstyle he was going for.
I don't know. Apparently Taya likes it. I don't freaking know.
You
Or
mean
Frankie
Frankie,
Monet.
who's
Whatever,
debuting this
man.
week on NXT, by the way,
Whatever,
for those who
man.
didn't
Like,
know.
I can't even. I can't. A Canadian goddamn destroyer.
So all
Why?
Bad Bunny was doing in this match at first, he was just like punching the Miz, and he started doing like arm drags and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is better than I thought. But then I don't know, it just was like, it just felt to me, and I was just like, I mean, I would have rather seen them do something better with Damian Priest, and like I don't know, it's just
Damian
like,
Priest. They they did Damian Priest dirty, man. Why? Damian Priest has been done dirty. I'm so glad Rhea's been done good, and we'll get to that. But they
hmm
have done Damian Priest so goddamn dirty. You know he's already in his 40s. He doesn't have much time left.
yep.
Like you don't understand.
So there was also a spot where Bad Bunny did like a diving splash to the outside from the top rope. Um, and then it looked like they were going for, I think Damian Priest and Bad Bunny did a Doomsday device to one of the two. I forget if it was Miz or Morrison.
I don't even care. They did a Doomsday device. Okay, that's cool. Bad Bunny did a Canadian destroyer. Well,
On
how
the
am I supposed to?
floor.
How am I supposed to actually care after that? How?
Well, the ending of this
That's when
match was
I
Bad Bunny
was
pinning the
okay.
Miz, so
Yeah. So get this. In the Elimination Chamber, Miz cashes in, wins the WWE Championship,
hmm
loses it in 2 weeks. Then next week, after that, he's doing goddamn music videos. And then
hmm
at Mania, he comes out
Oh
with
yeah.
goddamn bunnies, with
The-
goddamn bunnies in the ring, performing his hit song. I don't know where it's a hit from. Maybe his goddamn family.
it
To his
was
goddamn family, it's a hit.
it was called Hey
Like,
Hey Hop Hop.
I'd
And
rather hey hop my way out of the goddamn room than
so
watch this match again.
I wanted to ask you if you noticed this for Miz and Morrison's entrance. Was their microphones not working? Because we could not hear them like rapping or
I
whatever they were
couldn't
doing.
I couldn't really hear him either, and I didn't really care. I didn't really care because I saw goddamn 15 goddamn bunnies in the ring hopping like idiots.
At first, I thought it was Bad Bunny's entrance, and then I saw Miz and Morrison, and then I remembered their music
No,
video, and I was
Bad
like,
Bunny came
oh,
on freaking Becky Lynch's goddamn
truck.
freaking semi truck.
Which, by the way,
And
all the
Becky Lynch trolled us twice on
and
Twitter.
everybody who reported the Becky Lynch stuff, it was all fake. Nothing happened. All these news and rumors surrounding WrestleMania, nothing fucking happened. None of them were true. So that's why you don't
Was
believe
there
in all these
any?
news articles.
Wasn't there any like surprises really to this WrestleMania? Like nobody returned. Nobody. Maybe.
Davocado. That's about
Oh,
it.
Dabakato. I'm
Right.
sorry. I'm sorry. Dabakato. Isn't he the one that got freaking destroyed by Braun Strowman after having a winning streak? Freak you, dude.
Yeah, so Bad Bunny pinned The Miz, and Bad Bunny and Damian Priest beat The Miz and John Morrison, and that was
I
pretty
hope
much that.
tomorrow. I hope tomorrow, honestly. I really hope tomorrow they actually have some good surprises. Because, dear God, Dabakato is not a surprise.
So there was a segment during the show I forgot to mention. They brought out all the people from the Hall of Fame class of 2020 and announced all
Yeah.
of them. They did the same thing for night two with the people from 2021. They
Oh, did
also
you
did
see
a
that Hulk
segment.
Hogan got by the Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil came out as hosts? Did
Yeah,
you
I
see that
saw that.
Hogan got? Did you see that Hogan got booed
Yeah,
so bad?
Titus O'Neil gave him dirty ass looks too. Like you could tell Titus O'Neil did not want to be
Dude,
there with Hogan.
yeah, you could tell it was like a Vince thing. Like if Vince wants it, he gets it. Like,
hmm It pretty much felt like they were forcing it to be like, hey, Hulk Hogan's a good person now, or like, hey, like, Hogan's not racist anymore, or like whatever. This is what it felt like.
Oh man, and the fact that he got inducted in the class with Hogan as well, because he for the NWO. Oh, they've done Titus dirty too, didn't they?
Yeah. Um,
Jesus.
so besides that, they also had a backstage segment with the NWO and I forget who else, and
Eric
Bailey,
Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff and Bailey. And pretty much Bailey was left off the WrestleMania card, and she's upset about it because she carried the SmackDown Women's Division for an
Oh,
entire year,
oh. We'll get to
and
that. Remember, I'll get to that.
so she was upset about it. And she tried to get the NWO to too sweet her, and none of them wanted to. So Bailey was left hanging. So that was that. I mean, I don't remember anything else besides the main event for night one. If you want to
There
just get to
wasn't really
that.
anything else. It was just the main event for night one, and that was it.
Alright, so the main event for night one was Sasha Banks defending the SmackDown Women's title against Bianca Belair. So first off, Bianca Belair made her entrance, and if you notice, I don't know if they just...
Oh, I noticed it too. I was asking, actually, like, just like asking, like, out loud. Does it really say the EST of NXT still?
Yeah, they said it on her Titantron,
Like,
and I was like, I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
I don't know, I don't understand why it still says that. Like, could they not get an updated Tron or something? Like,
Maybe the Tron they made for like the Thunderdome wasn't big enough for the WrestleMania set.
I don't know. They
I
also
don't.
had everybody had really good pyro, and they also had like, of course, the weird CGI 3D effects that they started doing at Mania, and
Yeah, I
also
mean
they
they do
had
that
like
everywhere.
they had
You
some
know.
like weird way that they got people's logos like above the arena and got them to like light up and stuff. I don't know what that was.
I feel like that was something where they actually like had to like get signs and put them up on the stage or something.
Yeah,
Light
but
up signs.
so Bianca made her entrance first, and then Sasha Banks made her entrance. Sasha Banks is still using the fucking Snoop Dogg theme, and I wish she would fucking get rid of it because it's awful. Um, but Sasha, the reason I'm pointing out her gear is because this is something Sasha's never worn before. She had like this weird like black and neon green gear, and like her hair was like blue, but it had neon green in it. It looked really weird.
I feel like there was a certain meaning to it, but I
hmm
don't know what.
I
Like I
couldn't tell you
don't
either. I don't know.
like I. The first thing I thought was like, is it something from the Mandalorian? Like I
I
don't
don't know.
know. Like I don't watch Star Wars, so I wouldn't know. Like
Yeah, I have no idea. But this was a really good match. Honestly, it was. The build for this match was terrible. And this was the thing about WrestleMania. Almost all the Mania matches had god awful build. They had like 2 week builds. Besides the triple threat for the Universal title, all the other matches had shitty build. I mean,
actually,
Cesaro and Rollins
Fiend
had decent
and
build.
Fiend and Randy had a 5 month build,
It was too
so
long. The build for Fiend and Randy was too long for the outcome that we got. But we'll get to that.
can't you count? I guess you could count Bobby and Drew as like a good build, I guess, because it's been
I don't
going.
know.
They kind of showed stuff from like since Elimination Chamber, so
I mean, I don't even fucking know. But so this was a really good women's match, obviously because Sasha Banks is a great women's wrestler. Bianca Belair is a great women's wrestler. So obviously putting these two in the ring together, you're gonna get a good match. And I was glad that like it sucked that the build was god fucking awful, but the match was what I wanted out of this. uh, Bianca Belair showed her fucking strength in this match. She was like carrying Sasha around like she was fucking nothing. She was dominating Sasha during this match. But Sasha was also throwing out a lot of counters, and it was really good. And Sasha actually hit a dive without fucking almost breaking her neck for once. Um,
yeah.
Bianca Belair whipped Sasha with her hair, and
Oh
you could
god,
see the
dude.
visible like mark from it on Sasha's. I think it was
I couldn't
like her
tell if she
rib
was
area.
bleeding or if it was like it was just a mark.
Yeah, it was nasty. There was one spot where Bianca went for the 450, which is one of her finishers, and Sasha got the knees up. Um, Then there was like a bunch of fucking counters. Then Bianca ended up getting the 450, but Sasha kicked out. Bianca couldn't believe it. And then Bianca kept trying to do the I don't know what her other finisher's called. It's like where she,
The KOD. It's
yeah, the KOD. She kept trying to do it, and Sasha kept getting out of it, and then they went back and forth of Bianca trying to hit the KOD, then Sasha trying to counter into the bank statement, but then Bianca overpowered Sasha, got her into the KOD. 1, 2, 3. Bianca Belair is your new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah, so
And me
it was
being
good.
a Sasha Banks fan, I'm not even mad because I like Bianca Belair, and it was a great match. And I felt like Bianca, because you know what, they actually gave a Royal Rumble winner a fucking championship for goddamn once. So I can't complain too much there.
Wait, I gotta think. Let's see, who's the last person that won the? I guess Drew won technically.
Yeah, Drew, and then
who won the? I guess Charlotte too.
Seth and Becky.
Yeah. Shinsuke definitely didn't win hers, and Asuka definitely didn't win hers.
I mean, I don't know. It just seems like usually the Rumble winners don't win, but this was, like I said, it was a good match, great moment. Bianca Belair was crying. It was well deserved. She won the Rumble from number 3, I think it was. So it was well deserved for Bianca. I'm happy for Bianca. And someone actually posted a clip from ringside. One of the fans, like when Bianca was celebrating.
Montez Ford?
No, not that one. So there was like a clip. They were like filming Sasha Banks after the match where Bianca was celebrating, and Sasha Banks was like, she was like crying and like smiling watching Bianca. So Sasha was happy for Bianca as well. You could tell Sasha wanted to put her over.
Yeah.
And then there was also the clip where Montez Ford just like picked up Bianca, was like swinging her around.
Dude,
overall, it was a nice moment.
I saw a meme of Bianca and Montez Ford. You know how he had her on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I saw a picture of that side by side with the moment of Batista having Randy Orton on his shoulders and Triple H looking down and going, and somebody said, "Montez, you missed your chance."
Oh my god. But with that was the end of night 1 of WrestleMania 37.
I think I know what this is going towards now. WrestleMania night 2.
Yep. I wanted to give my thoughts on night 1 before we move to night 2, just like night 1 as a whole. So the way I thought night 1 was decent. I thought if I had to give it a letter grade, I would give it like a C, honestly. The opening match was good. Women's match, negative rating. Then Cesaro and Rollins, great. Tag team title match, great. Bad Bunny match, poopy. Braun Strowman match, poopy. Fucking the main event, great. Overall, I think it was a decent night 1.
Honestly, we really had the same views on night 1. So.
Yeah. Overall, night 1, I think night 1 was decent. I did get enjoyment out of it. I did get anger out of it, but I did enjoy my time. And also, it like Takeover, the night 1 felt fast. Like it felt like it got to the main event so quick.
Yeah.
And
now I think we should get to something. Okay. Yes. I really want to get to this first match though.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna end this clip. That way I can start a clip for night 2.
Oh, are you just gonna do it like?
It's not gonna be separate. I'm just gonna save this clip. That way, like, it doesn't just cut off while we're talking.
Okay.
All right. Let me save it real quick. All right, now it is time to talk about night 2 of WrestleMania 37.
And I'm going to give you a break with this one. I'm going to talk about this one. Okay. I have been itching to the bits wanting to talk about this match because this was actually one of my most anticipated matches besides God dang my main anticipated match was the main event of night 2. Yeah. Oh my God, I was fine at the beginning. The Fiend's entrance was cool. Randy's gear was cool.
Yeah, if
Like,
you couldn't tell,
everything was good.
this was the first match of night 2 was the Fiend versus Randy Orton match. It was just a
I'm
regular
sorry I didn't
one-on-one
make that
match.
clear, but like the Fiend got a new mask. It was kind of like plasticky, but I mean I could deal with it. But I was happy at the start of this match.
So was I.
But then
Alexa Bliss looked great too.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss was great in this match. And besides the last part. Okay, this is what gets me. So the Fiend no-sells everything. And I'm fine with that. I'm cool with it. And then he gets DDT and he's about to do, he does the Minimal Claw and he's about to do the Sister Abigail. Then suddenly, Alexa Bliss is on, I guess, like the Jack in the Box thing that the Fiend came out on, which is his special interest thing. And she's bleeding this black liquid, basically distracting the Fiend. So Randy hits one. I'm not okay. One RKO, and okay. Okay, so the Fiend has no-selled like 15 goddamn curb stomps, multiple RKOs on free TV.
He no-sold like 3 of Randy Orton's draping DDTs in this match.
Exactly. He's no-selled all of what Braun did to him at SummerSlam. He oh my God, this is in one RKO on the biggest stage in wrestling history. And he jobs! What? No, I'm sitting here, I'm not even joking. Everybody in the room was looking at me because my jaw was dropped. I'm not even. I'm like, what? Oh, what? That makes no goddamn sense. That makes no goddamn sense. And I was furious through this match and the next match. Not because the next match was bad, because it was bad, but because of this match. Because it made no sense to me. Why? Why would you do that? For one, you gave him this entire whole new look. For 2, you gave him the special entrance, and I know that's not a guarantee to win, but still, it was a special entrance. For 3, why would you even insinuate that Alexa Bliss is trying to distract him and, like, I guess, break them up? Because Alexa Bliss, this is the only thing that she's done in the past since 2018 that's been good. Like, it's not even. And then, I wasn't the only one. I was not the only one, because if you heard, I mean, they edited it out in post after they played the replay, because I know they did it. I could tell, but everybody was booing. That was the loudest boo we got for WrestleMania.
Yeah, this was heavy booed.
It was heavily booed. How? And after the match, the Fiend just looks at Alexa, and they both disappear. There wasn't even a conclusion. There wasn't even a conclusion to what happened. I'm not going to know until tomorrow. I have to watch Raw tomorrow to find out. You know how bad that is? God dang it.
Well, I mean, it is going to be the post-WrestleMania Raw, so something good might happen. I don't know.
Maybe, but I didn't want to have to watch Raw because of this, okay? I wanted to watch it to have fun.
And you know what's funny? Like, WrestleMania is supposed to be the conclusion, but this is just, like, the start of
It's just an
else.
ad.
This wasn't a conclusion.
It's another add-on. And why is Alexa Bliss trying to distract the Fiend? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to make Alexa Bliss interesting?
My friends were thinking that, like, Alexa Bliss is, like, turning into Sister Abigail or something. I don't know.
Maybe that would be cool, but not at the cost of his goddamn WrestleMania match. This was his first WrestleMania match. The Fiend's first appearance at WrestleMania with a crowd. This was supposed to be his big moment, man.
Well,
Come on. Randy's had tons of moments, and you could say, "Oh, but WrestleMania 36, he had a moment." That was a god dang freaking filmed match. It was filmed before the goddamn pay-per-view even. I'm not even gonna. It's just not even. It's not even worth it no more because we're doing this. Why? I can't explain how mad I am. I'm furious, dude. Why? That was his moment, man. I did not want to see Randy Orton job the Fiend out.
Literally, after this like whole thing ended, like it just ended so abruptly. Like literally, all my friends were just like we're all looking at each other, just baffled. Like we didn't know what to say, and we're like, well, that was anticlimactic. That
You
kind
want
of
to know
sucked.
you want to know the sad thing about this? I timed it. The next match was longer. Like I can't. I was so mad. I'm like, why is this going longer than the Fiend and Randy match? Why? Why would you do this, Bray? Why did you accept this? Bray, you should have stood up to Vince and said no. This is not happening. What are you doing? Oh my God, Bray. My God. Was it that you turned back into the Fiend? Did you have to stay crispy? Like I don't know. I don't know what the.
They literally had burnt Fiend just to like turn him back to regular Fiend. Except this time he wore like full sleeves on his top. I don't know why.
He's got like a more plastic mask. It kind of reminds me of like The Mask, like the movie Jim Carrey. But like, yeah. I just why? You better be doing something good with Bray because I swear to God, if you are not, you are getting WWE is getting castrated on Twitter from me. Okay, I'm not even joking.
I really hope they're not going to continue with the Randy Orton thing. I hope that's over with.
I hope that's over too. Like Bray as Bray Wyatt had other feuds, you know. Like, let's see, what feuds has he had that have made sense? Okay, Braun, he's had Daniel, he's had Seth, and he's had John Cena, and then Randy. Who else has he wronged? Or been wronged by?
Undertaker, but he can't wrestle
Undertaker's not coming back, dude. Like,
that's the only other person I can think of because he wrestled Taker at Mania.
I'm trying to think. God dang it, CM Punk's gone, so we can't do CM Punk. I'm trying to think who else did he have?
I mean, I guess Roman, since Roman technically took the Universal title from him. I don't know.
I guess, but do we really want to put him in the title picture again? Like,
I mean, Austin, there is one.
What?
There's one man that defeated the Fiend.
Shut up.
Goldberg.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. Okay. You shut your mouth.
That's gonna be next. I'm calling it.
No, it's not. It better not be, because if he jobs the Goldberg again, we're getting another goddamn review, and I don't even care what you say, dude. I don't even care.
Oh God.
But god dang it, I was so mad. I was so angry, and the next match didn't help. It was the Nia Jax Shayna versus goddamn Tamina and freaking Natalia, and it went longer. And I'll have you go with this match because I'm done freaking being mad.
So,
God dang it. Job out the Fiend on goddamn WrestleMania.
So, the next match was Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defending the women's tag team titles against Natalia and Tamina, who won the Gauntlet Eliminator on night one. You know, what the fuck was up with them? They had a Gauntlet Eliminator on night one of TakeOver and night one of WrestleMania. What the fuck's up with that?
I don't freaking know, okay? Why should I know? I mean, they think jobbing out the Fiend on WrestleMania is goddamn good idea, so how should I goddamn know? They spit in my goddamn face.
Well, they also thought having Nia Jax and Tamina wrestle each other at WrestleMania was a good idea.
Exactly. I legit said before this match started, somebody's gonna get hurt, and I'm not gonna care. Like, I legit. Like,
so, this match went on longer than I thought it was going to. This match sucked. It really sucked. Nia Jax is god awful in everything she does. Tamina is god awful. No one gives a rat's ass about Natalia, and Shayna is being criminally wasted and underutilized. So basically,
I'm gonna say it. Shayna is better than Ronda Rousey, but she has not gotten a women's championship.
I mean, it's true.
I can't even. I can't even. And I was so, like, on Twitter, I was trying to act as positive as possible, because I'm like, for the Fiend match, I was like, you know what? I don't understand it, but whatever. That's just my opinion. And I was still furious, but still. And then on freaking, when it came to this match, I didn't even tweet about it, because I was like, I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna.
It started off with Shayna and Natalia, the two women who could actually wrestle, wrestling each other. It was decent back and forth. It was a lot of Shayna attacking the limbs of Natalia. There's one spot where she stomped on Natalia's ankle at a weird angle. She was attacking the knee. Shayna was trying to take her piece by piece. Then she tags Nia Jax, and any enjoyment out of this match just immediately left. Oh, Nia Jax is doing all these sloppy moves. And then, of course, Tamina gets tagged in. And I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting here. And I'm like, you are telling me, that Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez won this whole fucking tournament, had to get their title match on NXT, got screwed out of it, nothing was done about it, then you're telling me that they pity them, give them the NXT women's tag titles, lose it an hour later. You're telling me that. But then you're telling me Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler deserve to have a women's tag team, and Tamina and Natalia deserve to have a women's tag team title match on WrestleMania. You're telling me that this team can get a contendership match one night before this and get a match at WrestleMania, but Dakota Kai and Raquel, who won an entire fucking tournament, can't get a match on a pay-per-view.
They also got it the night before, but it was also longer than a match that was built up for 5 months.
By the way, that match, that build-up did not pay off. That build-up was way too long for the outcome we got, but I'm not going to drone on that because that's just going to make you keep ranting, so...
Yeah, it's going to make me keep ranting. Do you want me to keep ranting? Because I'll freaking go. Why, Bray? Why, Bray? I love that you shouted out Brody. Thank God you did that. Rest in peace, Brody. But god dang it, Bray. How did you agree to this?
Oh, God. So...
No, I have a Bray Wyatt shirt on. I'm taking it off.
He's gonna burn it.
I'm not burning it because I paid money for it, but I'm taking it off.
So are you not a fan of The Fiend anymore?
No, I'm a fan of The Fiend if they do it right. I'm a mutant, so I can take this off. I have a freaking OC shirt on under this.
Jesus Christ. So, this tag match, they had Nia and Tamina wrestling each other. And I'm just sitting here. I'm like, of all things, this is what you put out for WrestleMania. Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka wrestling each other at WrestleMania. Not even on the pre-show. On night 2 of WrestleMania. And this goes on after Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. And this match is longer than Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. And you're telling me that this was something why? Why was any of this a good idea? This match was horrible. This match sucked. Women's tag team wrestling is the worst wrestling on the planet, besides fucking indie garbage. But you know what? You know what? No.
Don't bury your words.
This is worse than indie garbage.
No,
at least it is.
It can't be worse. Is it really worse?
Because you know what? At least the people in the indie garbage matches can actually wrestle. These women cannot wrestle.
Oh no.
They can't.
No, you can't come back from that, Devin. You can't come back from that.
I can't come back from watching that tag team gauntlet eliminator, and I can't come back from watching this match. So I don't give a fuck what I can't come back from, because you know what? This is the last goddamn review anyway, so I don't give two fucking licks of a frog's ass if I can come back or not. Because guess what? I'm not coming back. So, whatever. This was worse than indie garbage. Way worse.
Oh no.
This was you know what? This was better than the Gauntlet Eliminator on night one. But my God, women's tag team wrestling is the worst wrestling I've ever seen, ever. It is horrible. And I don't even remember the spots in this match. I don't fucking care. Nia Jax was just being a disgusting fucking fat, overweight, obese fucking ogress fucking Free Willy beats SeaWorld fucking Shamu whale and a fucking wearing a fucking red velvet trash bag. Fuck, oh, it pisses me off. And she's sitting here trying to wrestle. She fucking can't. And then Tamina's trying to wrestle, and she can't. And then Natalia is like a fucking stale piece of fucking white sourdough, fucking goddamn Nichols bread. And then fucking Shayna Baszler, the best person in this whole entire fucking match, is fucking wasted, underutilized, and fucking just awful. And this was awful. Fucking Nia and Nia and Shayna retained. Nia and Shayna retained. Why are they building them up as this dominant team? They're not dominant. They suck.
I don't know.
None of these women's tag teams are dominant.
Think of it.
They're all jobbers and they all can't wrestle.
What's worse though? What's worse, Tamina and Natalia or Nia and Shayna? I don't know what's worse. So I need you to tell me what's worse. Like,
I literally told Austin during this match, sitting there watching Nia Jax and Tamina wrestle each other, I told Austin when I got home I was going to down an entire bottle of ibuprofen pills because of how this match made me feel.
He did. I talked him down, but he did.
Like, I mean, this match was god fucking awful. The women's tag team titles are the worst, most worthless titles in the history of the professional wrestling business. The women's tag team division, not only on the main roster, NXT 2, is an embarrassment to the pro wrestling sport. It's an embarrassment to all the women that wrestle in it. It's an embarrassment to wrestling as a whole. It's an embarrassment to sports entertainment. And it's an embarrassment to me as a wrestling fan. It is god awful. It makes everybody look horrible. It takes away from the other women's divisions. It messes everything up. And the only fucking reason they have it, is because of the stupid goddamn women's initiative that they fucking pushed. So fucking they wanted to be hip and trendy and fucking all-inclusive on some AEW type shit, and they fucking said, oh, we'll have women's tag team titles. Oh, the men can have tag titles, the women can have tag titles too, but yet they don't realize they don't have nearly as many women as they do men, first of all.
Well, I mean,
and second, half the women they sign can barely even fucking throw a punch. So, and you know what, I'll fucking say it. I will fucking say it. And you know what? People can chastise me. People can rant on me. People can shit all over me. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna say it. I am going to fucking say it, and I might get canceled for this, but you know what? I don't fucking care. I'm gonna say it. Honestly, and I'm not including the Raw or SmackDown women's titles in this, or the champions, or the people who fought for those titles, or the NXT Women's Championship and the people who fought for that, and most of the women in NXT. I'm not considering them. But as far as the women's tag title division goes, and everybody that wrestles in it, and all the women's tag teams, honestly, they are worse than anything in the Divas era. The Divas era had way better wrestlers than these awful, poor excuses for fucking athletes.
Oh my God.
I would rather sit there and watch fucking Kelly versus Tori Wilson in a fucking mud match than to sit there and watch that tag gauntlet eliminator, because they want to tout fucking women's wrestling, but then they want to put this garbage out there. I would rather watch a Braun panties match, because you know what? At least I get visual enjoyment out of that. I didn't get visual enjoyment out of this. I feel like I need to go to a fucking church and cleanse my soul after watching this sad, pathetic excuse for fucking women's wrestling. Bianca and Sasha was great. Rhea and Asuka was great. Io and Raquel was great. The women's tag team title stuff, awful. Worse than the Divas era. You know what? You know what? I would write. You know what? This might be going complete. You know that this might make me seem like I'm going out of my goddamn mind. I might be losing my entire shit. My entirety of my mind might be fucking scrambling here. But you know what? I would rather watch. I would rather fucking watch Sable strip
Oh my god.
than fucking
No.
watch this sad, pathetic excuse for a women's division.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is legit. This is my Sit in the Madness, but it's just you. Holy crap.
I would rather sit there and watch fucking Sable have some sort of fucking lewd match than sit there and watch this poor excuse for wrestling. And people
is
can
worse than Lana.
But you know what? You know what? Like I said, visual enjoyment. You can call me a misogynist, a sexist, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I don't care. Because you know what? At least I get enjoyment out of watching that. I can't get enjoyment out of watching this because it's so god-awful. It's so nonsensical. Nothing makes sense. The titles are booked horribly. They mean nothing. All the women get treated like trash. They all can't fucking wrestle. They're all garbage. So how am I supposed to sit there and fucking enjoy this? And then all you fucking people sit there and defend it. Oh, women's wrestling is so good. Oh, the tag titles are so good. This, and that. You fucking people need to put fucking bleach in your eyes because I don't think you know what you're fucking watching. This is the worst women's wrestling. I'm not even going to call it wrestling. This is the worst fucking display of female entertainment that I have ever fucking seen in my life. It is that bad. I will never, ever watch another women's tag team match the rest of my life. I am done.
God.
I am done with the women's tag teams and the women's tag titles. They, along with all the teams in those divisions, are dead to me. Fuck them.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry it has to be that way, but if you're gonna put garbage like that on Wrestle fucking Mania, then fuck you. That's all I gotta say about that.
This man said I gotta go to church and cleanse myself.
Because I feel like I need to like wash my eyes out with chemical rinse, or I need to like repent, or I need to confess my sins, because I just feel so dirty after watching these matches because they're so bad. They are so bad. Like, yeah, the Divas era was horrible, but my god, they sit there and act like this is so much better, how this is miles better, how women's wrestling has evolved so much. Has it really? Has it really? Tell me, has it really? No, it hasn't. The only thing that's changed is they don't do the fucking brawn panties and mud matches and all that shit anymore.
They don't make some of their top stars like Kelly a stripper.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's changed. When it comes to one-on-one matches, they have really improved their women's wrestling. They have. But when it comes to this tag team garbage, no, they have not improved. No, they have not improved. This, as I said, I can sit there and watch a tag team match of fucking Sable and Tori Wilson versus Kelly and Stacy Keibler, and I would get more enjoyment out of that than I did the entire tag team turmoil. Nia and Shayna versus Natalia and Tamina. Anything to do with the NXT Women's Tag Team title division. Anything that's ever had to do with the Women's Tag Team titles after Sasha and Bayley held it the last time. Because it is abhorrent with how bad it is. You cannot go out there and put this on WrestleMania. You cannot do that. This was that bad. And it makes me so mad because I just like... It makes me so mad because I tried to get invested in it, and I tried to care about the women's tag titles, and I wanted to get invested in the women's wrestling. I wanted to care about it as much as I do men's wrestling, but I can't. Okay? I can't sit there and do that because it's that fucking bad. It is that bad. Whatever, you know what, this might even make you mad, but whatever the Fiend Randy Orton situation was, that was 10 times better than either one of these women's matches. Because at least it was a better match. Even though the Fiend jobbed, at least they could both wrestle. At least freaking God, oh my God, at least the Fiend wasn't trying to throw a punch and fucking looking like he had fucking goddamn Tourette syndrome and couldn't throw a
Oh
goddamn
my
punch. Like, it is
god.
ridiculous how you sign women like Lana and Dana Brooke and Tamina and Nia Jax. You sign them to $1 million
To be
5-year
fair,
contracts.
to be fair,
How?
Tamina, I think Tamina and Nia only got signed due to their name value and like who they're related to.
And Lana
I
only
mean,
got signed because
Tamina
she's
was
a hot
actually
blonde.
good.
She was
Tamina
good.
actually, she was
Emphasis
good,
on
and
was,
then
capital WAS, was. And then she wants to sit there, and she wants to sit
last
there,
time she was good, I think, was Team Bad.
she wants to sit there and cry about Brody Lee and sit there and say she's going to pay respect to him. If anything, you're disrespecting him with how terrible you are at what you do. I'm sorry, but this shit
Oh
pisses me
no!
off. It
If the
pisses me off.
Divas
It is
thing
so
didn't
bad.
get you canceled, that will get you canceled.
Well, you know what? Frankly, I don't care. All you fucking goddamn Nia Jax fucking simps that want Nia Jax to fucking poop in your mouth, and all you fucking people that fucking support Lana on TikTok, and all you goddamn people that fucking support Dana Brooke and fucking Tamina Snuka and all these other trash ass women's wrestlers.
I should probably say,
Every one of you, come
since
at me on my Twitter at Austintheartist. Come at me on my
wait,
Twitter.
hang on, no, 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 no. His Twitter is at Demo the Warrior 1. Do
No, it
not. That is your Twitter. That is your Twitter. Don't be putting me in this. I don't need 50 million people coming at me for something I didn't do. Don't even.
I mean, I might get canceled for it. I don't even fucking care, because you know what? I'm speaking the truth. I'm not
I don't
sitting here
know.
lying.
I don't know if I should say this or not. But since Grimm, you wanted to talk about Grimm, he actually predicted that Dana Brooke and goddamn Mandy Rose would win the turmoil, and he was sad that they didn't.
Fuck you, Grim. Fuck you. Honest to God, fuck you, Grim. I hate everything that you do now. I used to be such a fan of you, Grim. I used to be
I
such
used
a
to
fan.
too.
But all you are now is a fucking overweight, fucking clickbait fucking YouTuber that makes these cringy ass vlogs for fucking
It's
5-year-olds.
It's
And you got
okay.
people like fucking Kyle Danger on Twitter being some of the cringiest fucking Smeagol looking cretins I've ever seen in my life.
It's okay, because we could play Virtual Basement's the Wrestling Code, and we could play as Grimm, because he's signed.
And fucking, and Grimm supports all that indie garbage too, because he has
Yeah, he
fucking
does.
James Ellsworth and fucking Joey Janela, and fucking he had Joey Ryan on GTS, and he had fucking
Herbert.
he had Priscilla Kelly on there. He's Grimm. And you proposed, you fucking wrestling fucking neckbeard Mark. You sat there and proposed to your fucking girlfriend at Mania.
I could tell you one thing.
What?
When I get a girlfriend, I'm telling you right now, I'm a wrestling Mark. But I know she's not going to propose at WrestleMania. Okay? She's going to want to propose at like an actual goddamn like romantic place, not WrestleMania.
You're cutting out really bad.
Am I really?
Keep talking.
Hello, hello, hello.
I think you're fine now, but you were cutting out really freaking bad.
But basically what I was saying, a girl's not going to want to be like proposed at WrestleMania, and my God, I don't know how she said yes. By the way, she said yes.
Said yes, and all Grimm does is he puts his wife in his thumbnails and like clickbaits his wife's ass and tits and shit. And
well, I guess it'd be fiance.
I don't even fucking know.
It wouldn't be wife until they officially actually have it.
Like, how are they even getting married when Grimm's sitting there doing videos on his channel looking at his ex-wife's OnlyFans? Like, how?
I don't know. I honestly feel that maybe his fiance is doing it for the money. But really,
I don't even
really, how much money does he have? Like, I don't. I mean, he goes to WrestleMania pretty much every year, so he must have a good amount of good chunk of money. But uh,
Oh my fucking god.
well, let's move on because really, the next matches there's only one bad match out of those matches.
Okay,
So
so
so next was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the long-awaited
mhm,
match that we've been waiting for years, but they added Logan Paul into it.
mhm. And Logan Paul really didn't do anything for this match at all. He really didn't even need to be there.
He got booed, dude. He
Yeah.
got booed.
So
Like that was the second loudest boo.
I loved Kevin Owens' shirt, the fucking KO Mania 5. It looked really cool. Like he
Yeah,
does one of those shirts every year for WrestleMania, and it's really cool.
yeah.
But so the match started off, and Sami Zayn immediately got pop-up powerbomb. I thought Sami Zayn was gonna get jobbed out. I really did, but he didn't.
Surprisingly not. Sami Zayn actually held his own in this match, and this was
Yeah.
a really good match.
And, I mean, they always have good matches. It's just it got to a
Yeah,
point where I just got sick and tired of seeing them wrestle because they were wrestling all the fucking time. But this is the first
yeah.
time
I
in a
mean,
while that they faced each other.
I don't know. I'm just glad it was on WrestleMania, and
Yeah,
they had a good match. Kevin Owens won with a stunner.
yeah.
Then Logan Paul pushed Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn was being a complete conspiracy theorist, and
Hmm.
god dang, Kevin Owens then stunned Logan Paul, which got probably one of the biggest pops of tonight, actually. And Logan Paul actually sold it pretty good, actually. I gotta give him that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like the guy that much. I mean, he's gotten better since what he did and what have you, but he sold that stunner pretty well.
Well, so next up we have this backstage segment with Matt Riddle on his scooter, and he pulls up to the Great Khali and his fucking translator, and
Oh wait, actually, did you see? Did you before we talk about that? Did you see Matt Riddle actually has like birds coming out of his entrance, like on Raw and stuff at the Thunderdome?
no, because I don't watch Raw.
Like
I don't force
CGI
myself to watch
I
that.
I did no, I didn't watch Raw. I saw it like on the clip on Twitter, but like it looked like Twitter birds, like multicolored Twitter birds came out. Like Jim Cornette actually talked about it. He's like, it looks like something came. It looked like the birds came out of his like his area because he jumped up and kicked his shoes off, and that's when the birds come out. It's awful.
Like, ugh. So almost exited 2K20 on accident, but so
Oh dang.
fucking basically, Matt Riddle pulled up on his scooter to the Great Khali. He was like, "What's up, bro?" And then the translator was translating for Khali, and then he was telling Khali congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then he was looking at Khali's Hall of Fame ring. He was like, "Wow, dude, your hand is bigger than my head." And then his translator went away, and then like Matt Riddle was telling
Well,
Great
to be
Khali
fair,
that he should.
The Great Khali's fist is probably bigger than Matt Riddle's brain. So
So Matt Riddle was sitting there telling the Great Khali that he should open like a big and tall like men's store and sell like giant shirts and
forgot about that. I
giant
forgot
gloves and fucking giant scooters and shit. And then Great Khali wasn't saying anything. He was just staring at Matt Riddle. Then all of a sudden RVD comes out of nowhere, and RVD apparently can translate the Great Khali. I don't know if RVD was just fucking high off of his ass and fucking. I mean, because RVD said when he wrestled, he was high 100% of the time. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was high. But so RVD was translating for Khali, and then RVD was promoting his fucking product. RVD's, let me see the message here. RVD rolling papers is what he was advertising. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what rolling papers are, but rolling papers are what you use to make blunts, which is marijuana, which both Matt Riddle and RVD smoke. So why do you think Matt Riddle was so excited about the RVD rolling papers?
I'm surprised Matt Riddle didn't mention bro nuts, and then Katie Forbes didn't come out there and start twerking. Like, I'm surprised that wasn't the whole segment. But
I mean, maybe that's the reason Khali wasn't saying anything. Maybe before the segment, RVD rolled a quick one for Khali. Maybe
oh
that's why
my
he wasn't
god,
saying it. I don't fucking know. It was a weird segment.
Kali
And
took the rolling papers. He's like,
hmm
oh, okay.
and then so that. It was kind of a dumb segment, which it led into the next match, which was Sheamus versus Matt Riddle for the U.S. title. This was actually a really good match for the
Yeah.
U.S. title.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about the finish of the match because that looks sick.
Yeah. So Sheamus came out, just typical Sheamus entrance, and then Matt Riddle rode down the ramp on his scooter.
I swear
Fucking
to God, like with the bro nuts and the goddamn freaking birds coming out of them and freaking the barefoot and the weed jokes. I don't know what to think of Matt Riddle no more. Or sorry, Riddle, or what I'm gonna call him, the Riddler, because he still is. You gotta make that. You gotta make that your outfit, man. Please, I'll
yeah.
pop for it.
So this match was a pretty hard hitting match. Obviously, Sheamus is a very hard hitting brawler style wrestler, and Matt Riddle is known for his strikes and his knees and his like MMA style offense. So this was a very tough, hard hitting match.
Yeah, it
Um,
was really good.
yeah, it was really, really good. Like, I did not care about the U.S. title match at all, but this was way better than the Intercontinental title match, which we will get to. But, um,
Yeah, but like, do you want to talk about the finish, or do you have anything else to talk about it?
um, I mean, there was like one spot where Matt Riddle went to do the Bro Derek, but Sheamus countered, which was cool. Um,
Okay.
Trying to remember, there was one where Matt Riddle did a springboard corkscrew to the outside and hit the barricade when he hit Sheamus. There was one where, like, I think Matt Riddle tried to do the floating bro. Um, I'm trying to remember. We could just go to the fucking finish. So the
The
finish,
finish
you can go ahead. I'll let you do it.
was the Riddler went up, tried to do a springboard moonsault. I don't know what he was going for, if he was just going for like a moonsault or something else. But Sheamus landed this nasty looking bro kick in midair and busted Matt Riddle open
Yeah, he
in
like
1, 2, 3.
he must have kicked him right in the mouth because his mouth was bleeding pretty bad.
Yeah, and Sheamus is now a 3-time United States champion.
Hmm
Which, what one thing that bugs me? Sheamus has never had the Intercontinental Championship.
I
He's had
know. It's
everything
like,
but that
why?
championship. He's had everything. King of the Ring. That's legit. He's had King of the Ring, Money
Money
in
in the
the
Bank,
Bank, Royal Rumble, WWE
WWE title,
Championship,
U.S.
United
title
States, and Tag Team.
with Cesaro.
He's accomplished everything except the Intercontinental Championship. If he just accomplishes that, he will be like one
I
of the
mean, I
greats.
wouldn't mind
Like,
seeing. Well, fucking, he's not the Intercontinental Champion anymore. But I wouldn't mind seeing Sheamus versus Big E. But that can't happen now. But we'll get to that
oh no, it can't happen now.
because you know what,
Wakanda forever.
the next match was Big E defending the Intercontinental title against Apollo Crews in a first ever Nigerian drum fight. This
At
was
least
awful.
At least they didn't call Apollo Crews the tribal chief.
He said he was going to use the spirit of his Nigerian ancestors, is what
Oh
he
my
said.
god, dude! I swear to God, like you could tell he's forcing that accent.
Yeah. Like, so, first, I was surprised Big E came out first, because I don't know why they had the champ come out first, but Big E came out first. They had the live performance from Wale. He played Big E's theme. It was pretty cool. Big E got a nice WrestleMania entrance. Um, then Apollo came out to his new Nigerian island fucking theme or whatever the fuck it is.
It was remixed. It's remixed from his new theme that he got last year.
Yeah, so oh, where do I start? The match starts and they immediately both go grab kendo sticks. I will say they
Yeah,
were
they.
beating the shit out of each other with these kendo sticks. They were
Yeah,
going hard.
at one point, Apollo actually broke a kendo stick over Big E.
Yeah, and neither man was holding back. I'll give them that. They were beating the shit out of each other with them kendo sticks.
Yeah,
My God, I would never take those kendo stick shots.
it looked painful, like really, really
Yeah,
painful.
like a couple big spots in this match. Biggie hit a spear on Apollo to the floor from the ring apron. Apollo got like urinagi'd. Basically, the bottom of the steel steps was by the side of the ring, and Apollo got urinagi'd off the apron onto the steps, and he landed kind of awkwardly. It looked painful. Um, Apollo went for a frog splash on Biggie through the table, but Biggie moved and Apollo went through the table. Apollo did this one move where he picked up Biggie and then like dropped him onto the apron really fucking hard. I don't remember what the move was. Um,
Oh, it was a Death Valley driver.
Also, Big E tried to hit Apollo with a gong, but he missed. And by the way,
Yeah.
in this Nigerian drum fight, they did not touch a single drum in this match.
No, that's not true. That's not true. One of them got thrown into the drums, but the drums did like nothing to them.
Yeah, and they didn't use the drums as weapons. The drums had nothing to do with this drum fight. So this was just a typical WWE Extreme Rules match, which it was, I mean, not the same, but pretty much the same concept as Cole and O'Reilly on fucking TakeOver, where it was just like it seemed like it should have been more than it was or whatever, but then it was just at the end of the day ended up just being a typical WWE Extreme Rules match. This really was a typical WWE Extreme Rules match with the kendo sticks and the table spot and the steel step spot and everything. In the end, like out of fucking so Apollo misses the frog splash, and then Big E picks him up, hits a big ending, and I'm like, well, Apollo's losing for like what, the 700th time to Big E, and then
That's what I thought.
all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Dabba-Kato, or whatever the fuck his name is, that was
Oh my
popular on
god,
Raw
dude.
Underground, and that fucking jobbed out to Braun Strowman, all of a
Dude,
sudden comes out of nowhere and starts attacking Big E, and he choke slams Big E, and then Big E's all of a
why
sudden knocked out, and then Apollo gets to cover 1, 2, 3, and now Apollo is the new Intercontinental Champion.
why do they keep giving this guy a mini push?
I don't
Like they
fucking
gave him
know.
one on goddamn. I remember he went from a jobber that randomly came out in the Greatest Royal Rumble to Raw Underground to god dang this.
I know.
How? He was legit. Nobody knew who he was at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Remember him? He was Baba Tunde in the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that is
That's
true.
legit who. That's legit who he was. And now he's suddenly getting 2 mini pushes in the past year. Ooh. I don't understand. He's not even good.
I don't know.
He's
So
legit.
now apparently they're going to be
What is his
appearing on
descent?
TV.
What's his descent? Because I don't want to get canceled. Do we
I
know
don't.
his
I
descent?
don't fucking
He's
know. I don't think he's Nigerian, so I don't know why
he's
teaming
definitely
up
not
with Apollo
Nigerian.
Crews.
I could tell you that he's not Nigerian. I feel like he's. Is he African?
I don't even.
I'm not
fucking
even.
know.
I don't know. He's Dabba-Kato. That's what he freaking is. But
So
like,
he helps Apollo win the IC title. Oh, and trust me, this isn't going to be the end of Apollo and Big E, because you know Big E's going to get a rematch because
oh
he got screwed out of the
no!
title. So
At
you know they're
WrestleMania
gonna.
Backlash.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know why. I don't know if that's the official name, but they were promoting Backlash. But for some reason, the logo said Wrestlemania Backlash. I really hope they're not going to call it that, because
They
that
called
is
it
awful.
WrestleMania Backlash too. So
Well, what's worse, WrestleMania Backlash or Extreme Rules Horror Show?
don't make me answer that question because I don't think I have an answer.
God. So after that, kind of, I mean, it wasn't that bad of a match. besides the ending, like Apollo, like I said, Apollo and Biggie were beating the shit out of each other. They did hit some really good back and forth moves and some good spots, but overall, it just felt like, it wasn't as good as the U.S. title match, which, by the way, this had more build than the U.S. title match, but so it just kind of like felt kind of weird. Like it just kind of felt like, oh, they did all this, and then Apollo just gets helped, and then well, now he's champ. Now this is probably going to continue. So probably at fucking WrestleMania Backlash, it'll be Big E versus Apollo for the IC title or something. But
Yeah. The next match was Rhea Ripley and Asuka, which I actually, before we start, this is gonna be an end of an era. This is the last review. I could get behind Rhea Ripley. I would.
I mean, if I could get behind Asuka, I would. Asuka was looking good. I can't even lie about that. But,
I'm into the dark chicks. I gotta be honest. Rhea Ripley.
oh, so this was another great women's match, and this was another great example of great women's wrestling that WWE can do. But, this isn't their fucking tag division, which is worse than the Divas era. As I said, this was actual legit women's wrestling that I cared about and that I'm fully behind and I support. Not the tag team title fucking embarrassment.
And
I want to
like
make that clear.
Like I was saying earlier, like, thank God they didn't do Rhea like Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Because, spoiler alert, we were going to get to it later, but Rhea wins this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm. Asuka needed to drop that title. And this is the best Asuka has looked in a while.
Can you believe? Guess what? Before this, she hadn't actually defended her title since, like, legit, like, Clash of Champions, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. So for those who don't know, Asuka was supposed to defend her title against Lacey Evans at Elimination Chamber, but it got canceled because Lacey got pregnant. But what they're actually going to do was Lacey was going to beat Asuka for the title, and then they were going to do Lacey versus Charlotte for the Raw Women's title. So thank the gods above that we got spared of that. Thank God
we got,
Charlotte was not on this Mania.
Dude, legit. Like, we got two miracles.
Yeah.
Lacey Evans getting pregnant, and then Charlotte getting like, thought she was pregnant, and then somehow getting COVID. Which, I'm not saying COVID is a miracle, because it's not. Don't cancel me. But we don't want to see Charlotte on the goddamn show, okay? We've seen her so much.
It was nice to not see Charlotte and see other women shine for once. It was nice to see Bianca shine. It was nice to see Rhea shine. It was nice to not see fucking a huge Charlotte Flair entrance and Charlotte Flair standing tall with a title. And because last year, if you remember, Charlotte beat Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's title, so thank God Rhea didn't lose again. If Asuka would have retained, I would have been so mad, because it would have made 0 sense.
Yeah, they would. Like I said, I'm glad they didn't do her dirty. But can you believe that this is the first Mania since 32 that we have not seen Charlotte?
Or Becky.
Or Becky. They've all been on the card. At least, like,
or, well, to be honest, Bayley too, because she was there, but she wasn't actually on the card.
Yeah,
Sasha was the only horsewoman on the card.
Yeah, so
just crazy to think about.
It's shocking, but it's actually kind of a blessing in disguise, because I really did not want to see Charlotte. For God's sake, she's a good women's wrestler. She's a good wrestler, and I enjoy some of her matches, but she's so overbooked. Like, what is she, like an 11-time
12
women's champion? 12? God.
It's just like, I don't I respect what Charlotte can do in the ring, and Charlotte is good in the ring. I just can't stand her because of how she's booked.
If she wasn't shoved down our throats, we would like her more. But she's shoved down our throats.
So this was a great women's match.
I mean, I know she's shoved down Andrade's throat, but, you know...
This is, like I said earlier, this is the best Asuka has looked in a long time. And this is what happens, WWE, when you actually have talent for your women's champion to go against. This is what
Exactly.
happens when you actually have challengers for your women's champion that know how to wrestle. So that's why you got a good women's match. It's almost like it's fucking easy to do. But no, let's push Lacey Evans who can't wrestle. Let's push fucking all these other women on fucking Raw that can't wrestle to face Asuka. Like, it's dumb. And finally, we got a good Asuka match. I don't even know when the last time I saw a good Asuka match was. Probably against
Well,
Sasha last year at SummerSlam.
probably, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Cause like she's been doing tag. Well, actually, no. Her match with Zelina Vega was pretty good. I liked her match with Zelina Vega.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad she dropped the title because she needed to drop that title. She had the title after Becky gave it to her, after Becky got pregnant. Then she had
She
it for a
dropped it for
while.
like a week.
Yeah, then she dropped it to Sasha for like a week, won it back, and then she's had the title since SummerSlam last year, and she has barely defended it, and the people she has defended it against has been garbage. So,
Except for Zelina Vega.
yeah, and it was finally nice to see Asuka get a good women's match with a legit challenger, and this felt like this is the first time Asuka's felt legit in a long time because Asuka was really taking it to Rhea Ripley. I forgot how Asuka could be in the ring, honestly.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, they've made us forget with how they booked her.
like this felt like just for the brief amount of time this match was, this felt like NXT Asuka.
Yeah.
It wasn't full blown NXT Asuka, but it felt like it.
I'm so glad Rhea won. Like,
and we also forgot to mention Rhea also got a live performance entrance. I don't know what the band was.
yeah.
They were awful.
It was Ashton Costello
And the fucking lead singer looked like Shotzi Blackheart. Like,
yeah, it just looked like Shotzi Blackheart with
yeah.
like orange hair.
Which I don't want to shit on Shotzi Blackheart right now because her dad just died today, so I don't want to shit on her right now.
Shotzi.
But
I'm sorry, Shotzi.
yeah,
If I've said anything, don't mind the stuff I've said. Just have a good day. Like,
yeah. But I'm just saying she looked like Shotzi Blackheart. Like I thought for a second that it was, but I mean the performance was awful.
Her dad died.
Like,
I didn't even know her dad died. Now I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, I didn't know
sorry,
until I was
Shotzi.
watching WrestleMania. I saw she posted about it. I was like, oh damn. It freaking is weird. Like her dad died today, and a couple of days ago, freaking Matt and Jeff Hardy's dad died. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh jeez, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
God, I haven't been on Twitter for a couple days. It's like I haven't been on Twitter. Like actually, I have been just a tweet. But I haven't really been on there like actually look. Like, condolences to both Matt and Jeff and Shotzi.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the match. Rhea got a live performance, which was kind of sucked because I don't know what it was about the singer. It was just like she was trying way too hard to sing. But otherwise,
I mean, she sounds way. I feel like they auto-tuned her up on the song actually.
Yeah.
Like in the song.
I mean, but other than that, it was a good match. It was nice to see Asuka get a WrestleMania entrance with Pyro. Like I said, this really felt like legit Asuka, which we haven't seen in a while. And this was a really good women's match. This is what women's wrestling should be like. Sasha and Bianca, Rhea and Asuka, Io and Raquel. That's what women's wrestling should be. And it just pisses me off that most of the women are stuck in the tag team like fucking debacle, and that's why it pisses me off so much because they talk about women's wrestling and they tout it so much and how good it is, but then the majority of their women fucking suck. And when it pisses me off that they do more with the tag titles and they promote the tag titles more when they could rather be doing stuff like the two women's title matches that were great and the one on NXT. Like, they could be doing stuff like that with the other women. They could rather be doing that than all the tag team guards. It just makes me mad that they don't, because I want to care about women's wrestling, but they just don't allow you to care about it, because what they
Yeah.
promote now is the tag team garbage. And like I said, the tag team garbage has literally fucked up the divisions. Like, because now most of their women have to be in the tag team thing, because they have no fucking women's tag teams for a tag team division in the first place. And so
Honestly,
that takes away from
honestly,
all the
they
title divisions.
they really need to sign more women.
I
Like,
know.
they need to scoop a lot of women up. Like, I'm not even joking.
Well, if it was up to me, they could get rid of quite a few women too. But,
I mean, I'm saying actually talented. You know what I mean?
hmm I know the two top tier names that would be on my cutting board is definitely Lana and Nia Jax. But anyway,
I have a
so
lot of names that could be on the cutting board.
so like I said, this was a really good match, and this is what I love to see from women's wrestling. This was great. Sasha and Bianca was
Yeah.
great. I loved it. So
Both,
yeah,
all three this week. All three of the women's like singles matches were great.
and
Like,
also all
all
the
three.
women's titles changed hands as well. Every single one changed hands. The NXT women's title changed hands, SmackDown
Uh,
women's title changed hands, and Raw women's title changed hands. I don't
yeah.
count the women's tag titles because I
I
said
was,
they're dead to me. So
I
don't
was
count
about
them.
to say, okay, I won't count them. I was about to say, but I won't count them.
They're not legit championships, and they don't mean anything, so I don't consider them championships. And if you don't like it, suck my dick. That's all I got to say about that. But anyway, so this was a really good women's match. Now we're gonna move on to the main event of night 2. Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh, finally, we're
This
here.
was the match I was the most hyped for. I literally have
Daniel.
my Daniel Bryan shirt on right now. I wanted to wear
Oh,
an Edge shirt because I wanted Edge to win this match, but I don't have an Edge shirt. I don't have a Roman shirt. I only had a Daniel shirt, so I brought out my Daniel
I
shirt.
was actually. He was pulling for Edge. I was pulling for Daniel.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded if Daniel won, but I was
I've
pulling
been
for
pulling for
Edge.
Daniel since Royal Rumble.
I wanted Edge to win
So,
because he won the Rumble and because of his whole comeback thing. That's why I wanted Edge to win.
well, none of us got our goddamn wish
Nope.
because
So,
Roman
th-
won.
yeah, so this was the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defended against the Royal Rumble winner Edge and the man who made him tap out at Fastlane, Daniel Bryan. This was a really good triple threat. It was a really good main event. I liked it.
Yeah,
It just kind of
it
was
re-
irritating how Jey Uso kept getting involved. I understand why he was there and why he was getting involved. It plays into Roman's hero character, but it was just kind of like I would have rather like maybe he does the attack at the beginning, and then once he got execution on the steps, then he's gone the rest of the match. Then we could have really like seen the triple threat dynamic and how Roman would do on his own without help, and I think it would have made the match better. But it was a good triple threat nonetheless. It was a good main event. I think this match lived up to how much they hyped it in the build.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, it gave me real like WrestleMania 30 main event vibes and
yeah,
WrestleMania 20 main event vibes.
yeah, and that's the thing. This match had the best build out of any of the Mania matches. This
Yeah.
like had the best build, the best story. This was the most hype of any
Dude,
match.
this is what they really built on SmackDown because I watched
Yeah,
SmackDown, WrestleMania SmackDown. If you didn't know, Jey Uso won the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal and freaking the Dirty Dogs retained. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't
yeah.
matter. It sucked. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. People watched SmackDown for this. That's the only reason people were tuning into SmackDown was for
yeah,
Roman, Edge, and Daniel to follow the storyline. And that is exactly how you book a Mania match and how you execute the Mania match and how that is how all the Mania matches should go. But you know what? I'm gonna
yeah.
be
Fiend
appreciative
and
of this
Randy
one.
Orton, take notes.
Yeah.
Take
Like
notes.
this is how it should be done. This was great.
I don't
All
care if
three
you had to
guys
add
did
Alexa
great.
Bliss into that match. God dang, take notes.
All three men did great in this match. They all killed it. It was cool to see Edge and Daniel lock up because something I've never seen before. It was cool to see Edge and Roman lock up because they've never wrestled. Um, Notable spots in this match. It started off. Um, freaking Jey Uso was helping in the beginning. He super kicked Edge. He super kicked Daniel Bryan. Jey Uso was getting involved, allowing Roman to dominate. And then eventually, Edge got mad and he took the bottom of the steel steps and he executioned Jimmy Uso. Alright, so continuing. Edge got mad and he executioned Jey Uso on the lower half of the steel steps, and Jey Uso looked like he was out cold, and they had medics out there and stuff. By the way, Edge's gear in this match was fucking sick. The white and red gear, it looked dope. And Edge's
I told Devin
gear.
it gave me like the white camo vibes.
And if you notice, both Randy Orton and Edge wore white gear with like red accents. I don't know if that was supposed to be some like nod towards each other or something. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting how they both had the same color gear. But I want to talk about the entrances. Daniel Bryan's was just a regular Daniel Bryan entrance, nothing too special. Daniel Bryan's gear looked pretty cool too. I liked his kick pads. Then I think Edge had the best entrance. Edge had so much smoke, and then like Edge had a white coat too. He looked so dope, and he had white wrist tape too. It just looked so sick. Edge had the best WrestleMania gear out of everybody. That's my opinion.
He's had really good gear ever since he came back.
Dude, the one where he faced who the fuck was Jey Uso on SmackDown, that like black and like baby blue gear, that was freaking sick.
Yeah.
But so Edge does his taunt on the stage. Edge has so much fucking pyro. It looked beautiful. And Edge got such a big pop from the crowd too.
Yeah, everybody was booing Roman, and everybody else was cheering Edge and Daniel Bryan, even though Edge was supposed to be kind of like a heel in this match as well.
Yeah.
So
and this match works so well because all three men had a different dynamic, because you had Edge, who 10 years ago had to retire and vacate a title he never lost. And you had Daniel Bryan, who also had to retire and vacate a title he never lost, which was the IC title. Roman Reigns, who had leukemia, that had to vacate the Universal Championship. And you had all three of these men with their own like reasons for fighting back and getting back into the business. And you had Roman, who thinks he's the tribal chief and he's the best because he's the champ. Then you have Edge, the Rumble winner, who has fought so damn hard for this, to be back in the main event of WrestleMania, to be fighting for a championship again, to just be wrestling again. And then you also have Daniel Bryan, who had to fight to get back to wrestling as well, because Daniel Bryan also had to go through a lot to get medically cleared. And so the story of this match was really great. You could really feel for both Edge and Daniel Bryan in this match.
And I'm honestly, with this performance by Daniel Bryan, I feel like this might have been his last match.
And I was curious. I was asking my friends. I was like, do you guys really think this is going to be Daniel's last Mania? And they're like, to be honest, I don't know. It could be. I don't really know. I
mean, the way he got chair-toed, especially with his neck and everything, concussion.
I had assumed that they were going to let Daniel win this match and give him like one last title run, but
that's what I assumed. That's what I was wanting. But like, I mean, I'm not even mad that Roman won, because it was still good.
I really
now I'm actually curious to see what they're gonna do with Roman.
One thing I want them to do, I know he's not gonna win, but like if they keep building Cesaro up, I would love to see Cesaro be the one to take the title.
I would like to see Cesaro, Shinsuke, like anyone, honestly.
That's another thing. I hope Daniel's not retired yet, because I really want to see Daniel and Edge one-on-one, and I really want to see Bryan and Nakamura one-on-one. Those are the two matches I want to see from Daniel.
Hopefully, I don't know.
Because literally the whole reason Shinsuke even came to WWE was to face Daniel. But by the time he got there, he was retired. But now, I mean, they did face a little bit in like the gauntlet match and stuff. But I wanted to see them have like a legit like one-on-one hard fought match. And I think it would be really cool to see Edge versus Daniel Bryan, like two guys that we never thought would ever wrestle again. And we got to see a little bit of that in this match, which was really cool. But back to the match, there was one spot where um, Edge was throwing Roman against the barricade and then throwing him against the ring apron, like damaging the ribs. Edge was snapping in this match. Edge fucking lost it in this match. He was pissed.
Yeah.
And fucking then there was one spot where Daniel Bryan got power bombed through the announce table by Roman. Then as Roman power bombed him, he looked and then Edge speared him off the steps onto the floor.
That spear, like, that was great. Of course, there was also the concerto by Edge to Daniel, and then the concerto by Roman to Edge.
And also, don't forget there was one spot in this match. There's a lot of cool counters. There was one spot in this match where Roman and Edge went to spear each other, and they drilled their shoulders into each other, which I imagine fucking hurt.
God, yeah.
And then there was the one spot, like, I knew Roman Reigns' fucking shoulders were killing him when Edge had him in a crossface and Daniel Bryan had him in a yes lock. I imagine his shoulders and neck was killing him. I'm surprised he did not tap. That had to fucking hurt.
Edge, through all that, Edge still had like the chair arm.
Oh yeah, they both held on. They both held on to the chair, the broken chair leg in Roman's mouth too.
Yeah,
like that must have been so fucking painful.
It was, God, dude.
Yeah, and like there was one spot where like they did the typical triple threat spots where like one guy goes to do something, he ducks, and then another guy gets hit with something. Like Edge went to, I think he went to spear Roman, and Roman moved out of the way, and then Daniel drilled Edge with the running knee, and then Daniel Bryan got hit with a Superman punch. It was some spot like that they did, which was cool. Overall, like really cool spots in this match. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones I missed. I know there was a spot where Edge speared Daniel and Roman, and I thought Edge was gonna win, but Roman kicked out, and hold on, I'm trying. Yeah, then there was
Uso.
Yeah, and then there was another spot where Edge speared Roman again, and he went for the cover, and then Daniel Bryan pulled Edge out of the pin, and the Edge fucking snapped. But like,
dude, Edge looked like a goddamn madman. I feel like he's gonna be a heel for a good portion of his last run.
Like honestly, Edge was fucking on another level in this match. He was acting more of a fucking heel than Roman Reigns was, to be honest.
Yeah, and he was still getting cheered.
I know.
Like every time there was a spear, a big pop happened. Like
yeah. So, what had happened was Jey Uso caused the breakup of the pin when Edge got mad. He got the chair. He started beating Jey Uso with the chair. And then, did Roman spear him after that, or was it a Superman punch?
He speared him, and then he hit a concerto on Edge.
Yeah, and so Edge hit one on Daniel Bryan, and then Roman hit one on Edge, and then I was confused for a second because Roman dragged Edge on top of Daniel, and I was like, "What's Roman doing?" But then Roman laid on top of Edge on top of Daniel Bryan, and then 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm curious to see what they do with it. I mean, I don't think he should have won, but whatever they're planning, I guess they couldn't change all the titles.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to think all the women's titles changed hands, but neither of the world titles changed hands.
Yeah,
but
none of the world titles
both mid card titles changed hands too.
Yeah, the only titles that didn't change hands, I think, were the world titles, and I guess you can count the SmackDown tag titles and the
Raw tag titles. Wait, did the Raw tag
titles change?
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah,
you said the SmackDown
Styles
ones
and Omos
did change. You said the SmackDown ones didn't change. That's right.
Yeah, because the Dirty Dogs retained. Which I thought the Mysterio should have won, but then again, I'm not the booker.
Yeah. So overall, it was a great main event. Perfect match to end off Mania with. The fans were so fucking into it. This was like
Yeah.
the match that everybody in the crowd was waiting for. This is why they came to WrestleMania, for this match specifically.
Yeah.
Like this match was literally the biggest match on the entire show. Um, and it's crazy to think, like even discounting Edge, it's crazy to think that the biggest match on WrestleMania 37 did not include John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, Undertaker, Batista, or like anybody like that. It's weird to think that like it didn't include any of those
Yeah.
guys, because for so long we got used to like the biggest matches being those guys, and it honestly makes you feel kind of old, like being like, damn, they're all like getting up there in age and they ain't wrestling anymore.
Yeah. I'm only 17. Like, that's
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's crazy to think about, but I mean, it's not to say like Daniel Bryan and Roman are young guys, because Daniel and Roman have been there for a long time and they've both done a lot.
Isn't I feel like Daniel's in his late 30s now.
And Daniel's been wrestling for God, I don't even know how long, I know since the early 2000s. He was, because he wrestled in 2003 on Velocity against John Cena, and he was
Yeah.
in like the early days of Ring of Honor and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
Roman, I don't know how long Roman's been wrestling. I know he started out in like the NFL, um, but like
Yeah.
Roman, like like I, honestly, Roman has had a Hall of Fame career because of all that
Yeah.
he's done and accomplished. And I used to be the biggest Roman hater in the world. I used to feel about Roman
Same
Reigns
here.
how I feel about Nia Jax, but like now
Same here.
Roman Reigns' character is so good right now that I really like Roman Reigns right now. And I know,
Yeah.
oh, you like the heels, but you know, whatever. Like I boo him as a heel, but I like his character right now, and I enjoy his heel work. But people don't know
Yeah.
how to separate
It's
that.
like it's like us with MJF.
I mean, obviously, if I was in the crowd at Mania, I would have been booing Reigns because I didn't want him to win. But I can still respect and enjoy his heel work. Like that, uh,
Yeah.
wrestling fans are retarded, but fucking um, it just feels weird that like that's it. Like that was the main event. The
Yeah.
night two also felt kind of fast. Like, and it
Yeah.
sucks because they said next year they're going back to the one night event, so that means WrestleMania is gonna be 8 hours again, which
Oh
sucks.
God.
And also, apparently I heard, I mean we'll see tomorrow, but apparently I heard that after, now that Mania's over, I guess they're still going back to the Thunderdome with no crowd.
Oh
I don't know if it's
no.
true, but that's what I heard. So I guess we'll see
Oh
tomorrow on Raw.
dear Lord.
The crowd being there is what WWE was sorely missing. And it was also a good thing because this finally allowed everybody to know what, like, who truly was over and who wasn't. Because
Yeah.
without the crowd, like, nobody had nobody had any idea who people actually liked or hated, unless they seen like Twitter stuff,
Mm.
of course. But like, you never got
Despite
that. It
what you
never
people
felt like,
say, the Fiend got like a huge pop. So, despite
uh,
what you people say,
yeah, and it like you never got, even with the fans at the Thunderdome, like the screens, like you never got a real reaction because WWE could just fake that. So but this, you actually got a legit real reaction. You could finally tell, like, through all this time who was really over and who wasn't. And some people got booed that WWE had as over, but then there were some people like Roman Reigns that got booed as a heel. Edge got cheered, Daniel got cheered. But it was nice to like finally like know who was all over, like who was all actually over with the crowd and who was all actually not. Um,
yeah,
and like, and you know, if freaking that Randy Fiend match would have been in the Performance Center, you know, like there would have been absolutely no booing at all, and they would have
yeah,
probably said that the fans liked it. But now that we had that genuine reaction again, you could tell the fans fucking hated it. Even though they tried to fucking, like you said, tone it down in the replay, they were booing the fuck out of that.
I mean, and they only booed because of the ending.
Yeah,
Like,
because it
they
was
were
dumb.
cheering. They were cheering the Fiend. They were cheering Randy. It
Yeah.
was a hype match until that ending.
Yeah. But all in all, oh fuck. I think personally night 2 was the better night of the two.
I don't
Um
know what night was better, honestly.
well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of felt like they were the same, but then I kind of felt like I enjoyed night 2 a little bit more. As like night 2 felt like it had better matches. At least it felt like it had like, because on night 1 you had the women's tag match, the Braun match, the Bad Bunny match, and then on this one all you had was the women's tag title match and Randy and Fiend, but everything else was pretty decent to good. So
Yeah.
I mean, even the Nigerian drum fight was decent. It's just the ending that was terrible.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Fiend versus Orton was decent. The ending was just absolutely retarded.
Yeah.
But like,
So
me personally, I like night 2 more than night 1.
I think they're both the same for me, honestly.
Oh, I really wish they would keep this format of the 2 nights, because it makes it so much easier to get through. Because when it is the one night thing and WrestleMania is on for 8.5 hours, it is a drag, and like the crowd gets fucking tired. So by the time you get to the big matches that you need those reactions for, the fans are tired out. It feels like you're watching WrestleMania all fucking day. It is
I
terrible.
mean, technically they are because even like with these shows tonight and yesterday, like or yesterday and the day before yesterday, but like they had to get there like way before the pre-show even started, so because of the lines.
Yeah.
So really, you are sitting there basically all day. You wake up, you get ready, you go. It's like not
Yeah.
even.
Well, there it is, guys. That's our
Uh,
review of WrestleMania 37.
Night
Um,
1 and night 2.
yeah, so now that that's over with, this is something that I wanted to do. We might as well just fucking include it in this review. So what I want to do, I talked to Austin about this, is now that we've done reviews from Raw Legends Night all the way till Mania, we reviewed the entire WrestleMania season for 2021. Um, what I wanted to do is I wanted us to, now that we're done, I wanted us to take a look back, and uh, to do a few things, like what we thought was the best out of it, what we thought was the worst, and also what our thought process was when we started the reviews compared to like now, and like what are we thinking now that we're done, and like that we what we're thinking that now we reviewed all of these shows is basically what I wanted to do, like
Well,
to give our
I'm
sum
gonna
up our thoughts on
go.
the whole thing.
Worst was definitely AEW Revolution because it made me stop watching AEW. Um, I guess best.
I'll also have to say Revolution was the worst for me.
I think I'm gonna have to say WrestleMania was best. Actually, I,
To be
I,
honest, yeah.
it was best. I mean, my thought process is going into this was like, well, first you suggested it because you're like, oh my god, I thought that's gonna be bad. Raw Legends Night.
Yeah, and it was.
It was, yeah, it was awful. Trust me, I know for sure. Um, but like, we did this as like a spur of the moment thing because like it was kind of a thing that we talked about over Christmas break, over my
Mhm.
Christmas break. 'Cause we talked a lot, of course. Like we did that one video of the Wrestling News Now and Wrestling World CC, which got updated later, like uploaded at a later date. Same with the
Hmm.
Alexa Synth comments video. That still needs to be edited because that was
I
dumb.
know. I haven't got to it. I've been busy.
And then the podcast thing that we did still needs to be.
Hmm.
But I mean, it was just like a spur of the moment thing because I was already gonna watch it. So Devin was like, "Okay, let's watch it together and let's do a review." I'm off that day.
Hmm.
Uh, and we did a review, and it just like it was just a thing that we thought, you know what, let's do this until Mania, basically.
Yeah. And when the original idea for that, I just wanted to review Legends Night because I knew it was gonna be bad. I hadn't planned on doing more. But then somehow, some way, we got the idea of like, well, since we reviewed this, maybe we could review this or this, and then the Rumble was coming up, and I was like, well, I kind of want to review the Rumble. We're doing all this, we might as well review the Rumble too. And then it just became a thing of
Yeah,
like, well, we reviewed the Rumble, we might
technically,
as well do the Chamber,
technically,
and it just kept going.
sadly, our first pay per view was hard to kill.
Hmm.
and, then, and then our second pay per view was the Rumble.
Hmm.
It was just like
Oh god, then we had all those fucking AEW specials, like fucking Beach Break and shit.
we had Beach Break. Then it was NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. Then
Don't forget New
Chamber.
Year's Smash and NXT New Year's Evil.
Oh yeah, that was after Raw Legends Night. And there was a
Hmm.
SmackDown in 205 Live, which we didn't even watch 205 Live. Why did we put that in there?
I mean, my thought process during that was, I like since we watched Raw Legends Night and we did Impact and then we did AEW and NXT and we did SmackDown and 205 Live. My thought was just, well, we're doing this. I kind of want to just give every single wrestling show a chance because I really want to see what the best wrestling show is right now. At least in terms of mainstream ones. And the ones I consider mainstream is WWE, AEW, Impact, and also New Japan. But outside of those, everything else to me is just like indie and not relevant. I mean, if I had to say a fifth, I'd say Ring of Honor, but Ring of Honor is kind of like it's between. It's like a little mainstream, but it's also like irrelevant at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, but I wanted to like honestly like give every single wrestling promotion an honest shot to see which one was the most enjoyable to watch, which one had the best booking, the best storylines, and it ended up being SmackDown was the best of all of them to watch. And I mean that's evidenced by us saying that the main event for WrestleMania, which was the biggest thing on SmackDown, was the best thing we watched on WrestleMania. Um,
Yeah, so really, SmackDown. I honestly think it would go. It'd probably go SmackDown, NXT,
fuck.
Raw, AEW, Impact.
Damn, even that you don't watch AEW anymore, you still put it above Impact.
Sadly, yeah.
Damn. For me, it would go SmackDown, NXT, AEW, Raw, Impact. I can't fucking stand Raw. It's that bad.
I can't stand Raw either, but you know my views on AEW and
The
Impact.
only reason
So
AEW is entertaining for me is just because of how much you hate it. That's why.
I know. So
That's why I like watching AEW because I just love hearing you fucking rant about it. That's why I like watching it.
it's probably gotten even worse with talking about St. Patrick's Day Slam and then my freaking descent into madness.
I mean, honestly, all this wrestling is probably taking a good like year off of both of our lives.
Dude, it's probably taking 10 years off mine. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, you're literally the one. You're literally the one that said I'm gonna be the first person to die because of AEW, and that you said it's affecting your health.
I
So.
mean, it was. That's why I stopped. Like, my mental health was deteriorating.
Well, over the course of these reviews, it was certainly a journey from starting out from Raw Legends Night, just as a joke, because I knew it was gonna be bad, and I was like, oh, this will be funny. Let's just watch it and see how bad it is, and then just like rip it apart. That show I went into wanting to shit all over it. And then and then we watched the other shows, and by the time we got to, like, we did Impact, I knew Impact was going to be shitty, but I gave Impact a chance, and then we did NXT and AEW, and I was like, okay, well, we might as well do SmackDown too, and see what that has to offer, and, you know, watch everything, and just see what the best was out of all of it, and then it just went from there, all the way to now that we've reviewed WrestleMania, so our reviews have spanned just about 4 months, I think, from the beginning of January to the beginning of April, so...
Yeah, legit. Like, it feels like Raw Legends Night was like yesterday,
I
too.
know. Like the famous Goldberg rant that'll never get old.
It will never get old.
But
Uh,
like when I'm sitting here now at the end of it, thinking back at the beginning, I didn't think we were gonna review pretty much almost everything up until WrestleMania. I thought it was just gonna be a one and done. But now, I mean, I'm proud of the series. I love the series. It was fun, even though we did ran
yeah.
our heads off and stuff. I mean, there like, and I feel like we were a little more negative than we were positive, but it's not to say that there wasn't stuff we did enjoy, because there was actually quite a bit of stuff through all of this that we did enjoy. So we didn't hate everything, and I'm glad that we did get some enjoyment out of it, because if we would have just hated
Yeah.
everything, that would have made it 10 times more miserable.
Yeah.
But um, looking at it now, I'm like, wow. Like, we have right now, this is going to be our 19th review. Like, and that's crazy to think about. Um,
Yeah.
and like just looking back at the first one compared to this one, I'm just like, I feel like we've gotten better at reviewing, because the first one was just, I mean literally the first, like, what, hour and something was just you, like, ending Goldberg's career, and then there wasn't
It
really any
was.
sort of review till close to the end.
No, it
Um,
wasn't.
and then this, like,
I'm
seemed
pretty
like more
sure we
so of a
didn't actually
review.
start talking about like actual parts of the show until like 22 minutes in, after I ran my head off about Goldberg,
Yeah.
and then after we talked about the show, which was after like 44 minutes, which was like the last part of the show, I just ran about Goldberg the whole entire time after
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yep. Um, I mean, I would. This is why I want your thoughts on this, because I know you said the reason you watch wrestling every week, and the reason you tweet and stuff, is because it helps you get your, like, emotion and stuff out. So I'm curious now that we're at the end of this, like, doing this review series on all of this, like how much did it, like, help you with that? Like, did the reviews help you with that stuff, or, like,
I mean,
did
it
it make
helped
it
me get my
worse?
feelings out, definitely. Like, god dang it, dude. Like, I've gotten a lot of feelings out. I've even finally quit watching AEW. You know, if I probably would have still been watching AEW if we didn't do these reviews. I'm not even joking, because I've wanted to quit AEW so bad so many times, but I've just been like, you know what? There's no point, because it's like it's not. I'm not quitting. I'm only gonna be quitting for myself.
Yeah.
So it's not like people are gonna know that I quit. So I mean, this probably got me. Thank God I quit AEW, because Jesus Christ. Oh man, like I was trying to stick in there for MJF, man, because he's the only good part of AEW now, and it's just like it's helped me a lot. It has helped me a lot, and once I'm like I've got like a stable job, and like I've got an editing software, I do want to do reviews. Like I'll probably actually I've thought about actually asking you if you wanted to join in, but like on
Hmm.
my channel, like doing like reviews of like WrestleMania 22 or like
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I'd be down for
Like,
that.
like I just I would
Oh, because
I
I'd be really curious, like, like how you review these videos, not videos, how we review these like events of like current stuff. I'd be really curious to see how a review of us watching like older stuff that like we think we enjoy a lot, like how that would go, because maybe we'll come out of
Yeah,
it
like
like
I mean,
not
I watched
enjoying what we
WrestleMania
thought we did.
22. I watched WrestleMania 22 the Saturday before Mania. So,
Mm-hmm.
and like, I totally forgot that there was actually like a Playboy pillow fight match with Tori Wilson and freaking god dang, I can't remember the other chick's name, but Tori Wilson was in it, and she had like Michelle McCool's theme too. So it was like really, I totally forgot about that. And it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I think I glossed over the bad things and just remembered the good things about it. But
Yeah.
it's just like I would like to do that when I get an editing software and I'm got a stable job and I'm good. Which I guess I should announce it now. After this review goes up, I'm probably gonna be taking like a month or two break. Uh, I need to get like a. I'm gonna be turning 18 soon, like on September 7th. So I need to get a stable job and stuff and get my
Mm-hmm.
life together before I start like, you know, getting stressed. So,
Yeah.
which I mean, yeah.
Well, um, any final thoughts before we end this for good, I guess?
I enjoyed doing it. I hope to do it again sometime. Not with current stuff, because God, I can't. But I hope to
Yeah.
do it again sometime.
Yeah, and it did really help me too, cause like
Yeah,
especially
before
like
this, he wasn't even watching wrestling
yeah,
fully.
I wasn't. I would just watch the clips on YouTube, and I wanted, like I said, I wanted to try to get back into wrestling like how I used to be, and I wanted to actually sit down and watch these shows and events to see if I could recapture that same magic that got me into this fucking thing in the first place. And to be honest, it didn't recapture that same magic. There
It
was
did.
there was stuff I really did enjoy, but my god, overall wrestling fucking sucks now. Like just as an overall of wrestling as a whole, I feel like it's mostly bad with a little bit of good is how I feel. Um,
Yeah,
it sucks to say that, it really does, because it
it
shouldn't be
does.
that way. And I know part of it is because of COVID, but then also a part of it is just the companies in general and how they're
Yeah.
doing their stuff. But I mean, it has really helped me too. Like like around when we first started, getting off work and then like coming home and then reviewing these shows, or like watching these pay-per-views with friends and then getting excited to do a review, or like just thinking of things during watching the shows where I'm like, ooh, I want to talk about this. I want to make sure I talk about this. Or if it's something I hate, oh, I know Austin's gonna laugh when I talk about this or when I go off about this. Or like when I see something that I know is gonna piss you off, I get excited because I'm like, I know Austin is gonna fucking have a meltdown over this, and I'm gonna laugh about it. And it has helped me feel better a lot of times, and it has helped me get my emotions out there too. Like with how I was talking about the women's tag team division, which after this I will never mention it again because it's dead to me. But like that helped me get my frustrations out about them, like my frustrations about
Yeah.
many other things with wrestling right now. And it really did help me get that out there. So that's why I'm thankful we did this series, and we both can sit here and say that we both have given current wrestling, current professional wrestling, a fair chance. And it turned out how it turned out, but we both gave it a fair chance. And that's about all we could do, is just give it a fair chance to see if it really is as good as people are saying it is, Tony, or if it's as bad as people are saying it is. Because there's people like Tony that think everything's good and that like wrestling is great right now and it's the best it's ever been. And then there's also people that think wrestling right now is the worst it's ever been in its history.
Yeah.
Me personally, is definitely not the best it's ever been. That is absolutely not true.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not the worst it's ever been though either.
yeah, I
Because
feel like it's the the best thing I can come up with
honestly,
to describe it is that it sucks. That's the one thing that keeps popping in my head.
besides the stuff about like the Undertaker and stuff around that time, I honestly think the worst time in wrestling was the cartoony era of WWE.
And
If I'm
that's
gonna be
the
completely honest.
and you know, like, I mean, that's like the era of wrestling that Jim Cornette loves. I mean, I know he likes stuff before
No,
then, like
actually,
territory
he
shit,
he hates
but
he hates like the cartoony stuff. He actually enjoys more of the '80s stuff or like stuff like with the Undertaker. Like I
mhm.
enjoy stuff from that era, but I don't enjoy that era that much. Like if he
Yeah.
told me, "Hey, do you want to watch freaking SummerSlam 1993?" I would say, "No, let's watch SummerSlam 2002, please." Like
Yeah.
you're not saying
Yeah.
that era was good either because it had some stuff too, but like
I mean, me and my friends were talking about it earlier, like what we thought like the true best era of wrestling was, and we all came to the agreement that we thought like the ruthless aggression was the best era, at least in
yeah,
terms of how we
I would
enjoyed
say
it.
from like 2003 to like I guess 2009, like
Yeah.
early 2009 was pretty good.
And
Like
it's not to discredit the Attitude Era because everybody holds the fucking Attitude Era to god tier, but like,
it's not god tier. Remember Beaver Cleavage, your goddamn
hmm
uh,
Katie Dick.
plastic sable, freaking Gold Dust was legit a gimp. I'm pretty sure at one
Like
point. like
like my absolute favorite era of wrestling is like my years of wrestling that I loved the most is from like 2001 to like 2010.
that's fair.
Because the only reason I like '09 and 10 is because '09 and 10 is when I first started watching, and like I was obsessed. That's
Yeah.
why I have so much nostalgia for 2010 wrestling, even though it did suck a little bit. Then I can see all the wrong with it, but like,
So biscuits and gravy.
hmm but like when I think of classic wrestling, I think of like 2001 to like 2009. That's what I think of, and I know it's different because older people obviously they grew up with the '80s and grew up with the '90s and the Attitude Era, so they have different thoughts and perspectives. But me personally, I think the Ruthless Aggression was the best era of wrestling that has ever been.
Yeah, I mean, I could watch something like the Midnight Express versus the Rock and Roll Express, like Jim Cornette and
Uh-huh.
stuff. But like, it's just not the greatest for me. It's definitely better than the cartoon era of wrestling.
Yeah.
I like to think about this. The old school era is where Jim Cornette like started and stuff. Then the freaking cartoon era is where everybody like dislikes, but you still have Undertaker. And then the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression era, the TG era. Uh,
I'm not sure what they call it now because I remember Triple H called it two different things. One time he called it the reality era, and
well,
then
last year they called it the COVID era
and then
or
another
whatever.
time he called it the universe era. So I don't know,
I don't know.
but oh fuck. I mean, are you the? This is a short little thing. Are you the kind of person that thinks that the ruthless aggression started in 2003? Like are because I feel
I
like
feel like it's started. It definitely started when Stone Cold shook hands with Vince. I'm pretty sure.
that was 2001.
Well, yeah, but like the good years I'm saying is like 2003 to like 2009 for me.
Because a lot of people look at when the Ruthless Aggression started, they think it started when when they changed it from WWF to WWE. That's when Ruthless Aggression
Oh,
started.
no. It started right after the Attitude Era. It picked right off.
Hmm.
Like,
I don't know what, like me personally, I feel like the last year of the Attitude Era was 2001, and I feel like
yeah.
2002 was well, like late '01, 2002 was like the start of Ruthless Aggression, but then it wasn't full blown Ruthless Aggression until like '03. That's how I feel.
Yeah. And that could be, like, everybody has their own opinion on it.
Yeah. But um let's end this review because it's like fucking what time is
Yeah.
it? It's MVP 3:05 a.m. for me right now. So um I want to thank everybody for watching this review series
Yeah.
that's watched since Raw Legends Night. Um
Yeah.
it was nice to do reviews again because for those who don't know, I used to do reviews on this channel. I used to review Raw every Monday during like 2016 or 2015, and I also used to do predictions and shit, and I reviewed WrestleMania 32. You can go find all that if you want to listen to like fucking like what 15, 16, 17-year-old me fucking rant like a dumbass, but
Yeah.
um like this now I enjoyed doing this a lot more than I did those then because it's nice to have a second opinion on stuff and to have somebody else's thoughts, and it makes it more enjoyable to do.
Yeah.
um but everybody who has watched all these reviews and left comments, thank you for watching this series. So now
Yeah.
that this is two series that we finished up within the span of a week, because we finished the Forest and now we finished the wrestling review series. So
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
Austin said, he's taking a break, so I don't know what our next series is going to be or when it's going to happen, but it will
Well, we
eventually.
still have like The Last of Us and live commentaries, but it's probably gonna be a while before
Oh
we
yeah,
more.
but
Um.
so I don't know like what the next new series is going to be,
Yeah. Yeah.
but um with that being said, um overall I enjoyed WrestleMania. I enjoyed
I
my
did
time
too.
watching it. Even though the shit that pissed me off, overall I have to say I really did enjoy watching it with my friends. It was nice to get together and watch Mania.
I enjoyed watching it with my family and stuff. So,
Yeah, and it was nice to see the crowd back again and everything, and
dude,
just
in my head I was like, hallelujah, because I had been. You've only been hearing those fake crowd noises for like since like January.
uh-huh.
I've been hearing those ever since like June of last year. You do not understand
Yeah.
the pain I've gone through.
Yeah, I mean the whole reason I didn't even watch WrestleMania 36 is because it was in the Performance Center, and I just felt like at the time I just felt like I was like, well, there's no crowd and it's in the Performance Center, which is small, and to me I was like, well, this ain't WrestleMania, and I know if I watch it, it's not gonna feel like WrestleMania, and I didn't really like the card, so I was like, you know what, I'm just not watching it. But this felt like WrestleMania. Like, it felt good to finally have a pay per view with actual fans, and
Yeah.
this was a good pay per view. Overall, you know, Royal Rumble, Chamber, Fastlane, and Mania. To be honest, WWE has had 4 consecutively good pay-per-views. Um,
That's shocking.
and
That's really shocking.
I mean, yeah, there's bad stuff on the shows, but overall, as a pay-per-view, they have been good. Like we haven't said a single WWE pay-per-view was trash this year. Um,
Nah.
in terms of the takeovers, I guess you could count that as WWE, or you could just count it as NXT, whatever you want to do. But I mean, the takeovers this year have been alright, but they are far from what takeovers used to be. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, overall, honestly, the worst pay-per-views this year was Impact and AEW. Honestly, Those were the worst.
They definitely were the worst. Like, oh, dude.
Like, fucking, man. But, yeah, I'm glad we stuck through the whole WrestleMania season and reviewed all of it, gave everything a fair chance, and, um, I will say, coming out of this, I am glad that I watched and reviewed all these shows because,
Yeah.
for better or worse, like, it has made me feel like more of a wrestling fan than I have in years. Um, and I'm glad for that because for a while I was doing nothing but playing the wrestling games. I wasn't watching any wrestling. I would occasionally watch a pay-per-view, but I really didn't keep up with what was going on that much. Like, I wouldn't watch it like I used to, but like now doing this whole like review series is like not gotten me back into it, but like sitting down and actually watching it again is like I feel like a wrestling fan again, I guess is how I would put it. And I'm glad. Uh, but at the same time, I'm also glad that we're done with this because, oh man, I am tired of ranting about wrestling.
Yeah, me too, honestly. I'm probably still gonna be on Twitter, but that's about it. Like, that's because I'm gonna be
Yeah.
still watching it, but like,
As far as it goes for me, I am not watching the shows. I might watch SmackDown. I don't know, but as far as everything else goes, I'll look at clips on YouTube and shit.
I mean,
But
you could always talk to me while I'm watching Raw or something, and I can tell you how I feel.
yeah, and also me and Austin did discuss something. If we were to ever bring this series back, we thought maybe possibly it depends on like what we're both doing at that time, and stuff. But we were thinking maybe we could bring it back for SummerSlam. I don't know if it would be just for SummerSlam or like what it would be, but that could be a possibility, or it could not come back. I have no idea, but
We were
um,
also thinking if it can't continue to the point, we could go back and next year maybe for WrestleMania. I don't
yeah,
know. It depends on like what happens.
yeah. But with that being said, thank you everybody for watching this series. We will see you all in whatever it is that we do next. Until then, uh,
Peace.
peace, everybody. Thank you to all the wrestling promotions that gave us this content to review during this whole pandemic. Um,
Except AEW and Impact. Nobody cares
yeah,
about you. Nobody cares about you.
the only person who cares about those two companies is Austin, and that is
Nah.
a good note
Nah.
to end on.
Nah. That is not what we're ending on. Freak you. I
But thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you all next time. Until then, peace, and thank you for watching the reviews.
Thank you.